Life's stressful. I was just, I was really doing my chest. Everything's just furry. And I'm like, all right, tired of this. So I get in the shower. I'm shaving. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shave the balls and everything. I'm going hard. So I get everything down to a slick. I even go against the grain.
Oh my God!
Just on some parts to get it like baby.
That hurts a little bit.
It sucks. Yeah. It got
Yeah.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Get me the hell out of here.
This girl, I used to hook up with her. Well, anyways, we kind of fell out of touch. She's a little weird anyway. And I had these two girls lined up. Both girls canceled on me. So she shows up and she has gained like 80 pounds.
She gets up and you're like, here, put the Spider-Man mask on. I've always had a real kink for this.
I love Spider-Man. Yeah, you take it, Spider-Man. See, and they already doing it to me right now in the chat. I see it. Where is it at? Look, it's in Enrico. It says, you like swamp. No, that's not what I'm saying, you motherfucker. I'm saying a little. I would be in Vegas right now getting shot on by like 9 dudes. Here's like, for like $2,000, bro. Let's go.
Let's do it.
You gonna on me? What the fuck is going on?
I'd be going crazy. I'd have an OnlyFans because your boy wants a Ferrari. I don't know how I get it. What's up, bitches?
Why are you farting?
That wasn't me. No.
I'm pretty sure you farted.
Welcome to a Saturday night Camel Thoughts. Don't mind me. I'm just tired in my face area. I look real tired for some reason. I don't really know why. I've been up since like at least noon. Very early for me. But welcome back. It's the 9th edition of Camel Thoughts with the beautiful Zia with her nice hair with little pink tips on it.
It did hurt today.
It means you're only slightly crazy. Only
a little bit. I'm only up to here crazy. Is that what that means? Is that how I should get if I'm ever single again and I have to like cruise for dudes at the gym? Should I be like, what's up, fellas? I'm only this crazy.
Up to here.
Up to here. Is that how I do it?
Everybody's been a little crazy, right? Like everybody's done some crazy shit in their life. We've all done it. What's your craziest like maybe dating? Maybe you're young, emotionally immature, and like you either said or did some weird ass shit because you were jealous.
Oh God. I dated this one guy who I never was really jealous or thought about it until I dated this guy because he gave me reasons to be jealous because he was fucking, talking to some other girl. And people would tell me like, oh, he needs to watch out. And I remember he went out one night and we were supposed to hang out. I was like, God, I was like maybe 17, 18. And we were supposed to hang out and he, like ignored me the whole night, went out and got wasted and was like partying with some girl that I knew and he knew liked him. And so I like drove around from all the different parties that I knew were happening to see if he was there. That was like super crazy.
Did you ever do the thing that girls always do? Especially, they can only do it now, but they couldn't really do it. But they could probably do it back in the day, but now it's really easy. Like I've heard this story from every girl. They'll get one of their friends they'll maybe make a new Facebook or MySpace, as in a lot of people's cases back in the day, and they will intentionally try to like flirt with their boyfriend on a different account to see if he'll flirt back.
No, I've never done that. That's like a whole other level of crazy. I've never even like thought to do that. That's weird.
Ask Girl told me she's done that before.
Really?
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I created a fake account and made it a hot girl just to like tease or put some bait in front of like a boyfriend, and he totally fucking took it. And I'm like, of course he did.
Of course he did. That sucks. See, when you do stuff like that, you're gonna find out shit you don't want to find out about.
Yeah, life's too short, bro. You dangle some sweet ass in front of a guy. I don't know.
Look, I'm not saying it's all right that the guy does that. It totally isn't. But I just don't know why you'd put yourself in that situation.
Yeah. It reminds me of this. It reminds me of this thing right here, which this is why I tweeted this, because it's quite literally like the oldest trap in the damn book. This green text right here on 4chan. So it's like, it says, I was talking to my girlfriend's friend. She mentioned she's on her period. She mentions it makes her act up in a passing comment. What does that mean? I ask her. She bluntly says it makes her horny. I'm already treading treacherous ground at this point. Try to break the ice and say the same thing happens with my girlfriend. She chuckles. Crisis averted. She says she hasn't had any in a while. At this point, I'm rock hard and throbbing. God damn it. And lose all sense of reason. And I ask her if she needs a hand. She immediately screenshots it and sends it to my GF. It was the oldest trick in the book.
Why would he fall for that, you stupid ass? Go watch some porn, jerk off, and then you have a clear head.
Every single time, these dumb bastards. You got to double down in that situation. You got to just take a screenshot of it yourself and then send it to your girlfriend first.
Well, what's that going to do?
The best you can do is try to like fakely coerce a threesome between all of them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't never your plan, but you could be like, oh yeah, I was trying to get both of you to go to do a thing. Therefore, you bring her in on it, and you know.
I guess either way, you have the chance of losing your girlfriend, whether it's because you're trying to make a threesome with her friend or because you are going to bang her friend. So that you just gotta
either way.
Yeah. It's a good point, I guess.
Joe Ball in the chat. How you doing, dude? My boy. But yes, a lot of people are saying just don't cheat in the chat or blah blah blah. Men cheat.
I mean,
cheat.
Yeah.
Everybody's always.
I was gonna say everyone cheats.
Yeah,
it's not just men or women. I think they probably cheat at pretty even numbers.
Well, retarded women like Carrie in the chat always say men cheat, and then like of course retarded men always say women only cheat. And I'm like, bro, they cheat at the exact same rates.
They cheat at the same rates. It's because if you look statistically, it says that men cheat more than women, but I think that it's probably because women aren't as honest about it.
Yeah.
So I think
100%,
I think that if you're looking at it legitimately, I think just people cheat because sex feels good and people want to have sex and everyone likes variety. And if you really want to go back to like, and I don't condone cheating in any way. I've never cheated, won't cheat, don't think it's cool to cheat, don't think it's cool if someone cheats on me. I've been cheated on, it blows. I still don't think that it's cool. But I think that a lot of the reason is because people, you can look at it, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God. Biologically, men need to spread their seed, but also biologically, women need to find the biggest, strongest man. Like there's no monogamy biology for women either. Yeah. Like people are always like, oh, it's women are more inclined to, but no, they're not. They absolutely are not. They're out there trying to find the biggest fucking stud. It doesn't matter how many different studs get them pregnant. It's just for making babies.
The issue is I think where back in nature times, in the hard ass nature, the big ass giant dude did succeed. That was buff and like manly, and then the frail dudes did not. Nowadays, women are actually attracted to frail dudes if they're on hormonal birth controls, based on a recent, not very recent study by a bunch of physicians, like female physicians, ironically enough. And then when they come off of it, they tend to leave their partners or find them less attractive because
I've heard that
they're when they are hormonal, they're more attracted to masculinity. When they're not, they're more attracted to someone who nurtures, which is more effeminate. So that would make sense as to why women would cheat more nowadays than they ever have, which I'm sure the rates are higher than they ever have been.
They're higher than they ever have been. Yeah.
The thing is, like, you can't really just say, like, put a check and be like, you know, have you cheated? Have you not cheated? The issue with the actual studies themselves is it is admitting to cheating. So like they're always worded in the way, have you ever admitted to cheating, or would you ever admit to cheating? Women likely will lessly. That's why that's how some people explain the 4% discrepancy, because it's like 71 to like 67, right? Women cheat less, 4%. And the reason is because women tend to justify things. Like they'll say, oh, well, I only sucked his dick, that's not cheating. Or, oh, he only put a tip in, that's not cheating. Right?
How is that not cheating?
Look, dude, I didn't like it. He finished too early. I didn't actually have sex with him. I've heard girls say that shit before. Yeah, it's called regret. It's a
That's
thing.
hysterical. That's not how that works.
No, it's not. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But also, here's the other thing. Cheating is so different depending on the relationship. Like some people don't consider kissing cheating, but some people do. It's just it's weird. And that also is so dependent on the relationship. Some people find, they talk about micro cheating as a whole thing that people talk about now, and that's like flirting and talking online. And some people are like, no, that's straight up cheating. And other people are like, that's not fucking cheating. So it just really depends on the person and the relationship. It's hard to define.
Yep, it's crazy. Speaking of crazy, tonight, guys, we're talking about Doctor Who. I don't know if you guys have been following it, and I specifically wanted to bring Zia in on this because she loves Doctor Who, and I loved it too. I'm a closet Doctor Who fan, not anymore, obviously, but was back in the day. Loved that shit. And the issue is there was an episode last week, and everybody was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" And of course, this week it gets even worse. It is hilarious what they've done with it this week, and it's almost to the point where I feel like the people that are making the show, especially Russell T Davies, are doing it on purpose to provoke people because they're being like professional trolls. Like people have begun wanting to just provoke people with art. So I think we're going to talk about that a little. And then we're going to talk about the Completionist. If you're not following the Completionist, what's going on there? It's a guy I've actually met in real life at cons before. His name is Gerard Khalil. I think his last name looks like it would say Khalil. And he's had a charity for 10 years, more than 10 years, a charity he founded based off of his mother having a type of dementia, which is noble. But turns out that the charity has siphoned off over $600,000 from fans, never donated it. 105 grand of it was removed via expenses, which is already kind of fucked. Well, some new info coming out about his dad has had a charity for 20 years, which has been funneling money in the name of the Open Hand Foundation and not reporting almost any of the income from doing so since 2019, I think. So it's like a family fucking fraud ring. So it's getting real bad. If I was if I was a Completionist guy, Gerard, my ass would be, I would be out of the country right now. I would be in Argentina, baby. We going.
And he had the worst response to it too, because I have been following this a little bit. I didn't get deep into it, but he had the worst response too, where he was kind of just like, yeah, I should have done something with the money. Because it's just sitting, like the weird thing is that he hasn't spent it on anything except for the expenses. The rest of it's just sitting in an account, but it's been there for like what, 10 or 15 years. It's just been sitting there.
Yeah.
There's nothing with it.
Well,
are there new developments?
The funny thing is the guy was Gerard was going to make a statement, and then the stuff about his dad came out the other day, and now he hasn't made a statement because what are you going to say? You can't say anything at this point.
No,
you got it right when you said worst response ever.
It was horrible.
His response was, "Hey, if you know someone you want me to donate it to, I'll donate it to them." And I'm like, no, you don't say that. It sounds like you're like pity donated. Oh, fuck, I'll do it, I guess. No, what do you mean you'll do it, you guess? It's over, bro. You've already committed charity fraud. So it just gets even worse and worse. So we're going to cover all that in depth detail, and we'll have some guests popping in and out. But I wanted to start it off with just the two bros. And in, what is it? What is today? But a week. Oh, in a week and a half from now, you'll see me and Zia live together on a show. It's gonna be really fun.
Yes, we're gonna be in person. Cody and Zia united at first.
You'll get to see that she's like this tall, and I didn't realize it.
Because every time we had to talk about like fitness, because of course we talk about that a lot, or like our body weight and all that shit. He's always like, what are you, like 125, 130? And I'm always offended because I'm like, how dare you? And I'm bulking. I am up, by the way, like 3 to 4 pounds, depending on the day. I'm up from 112 to 115. And Cody's like, oh, that's right. You're short. Every time. He's like, I forget that you're small.
I'm just used to girls being like 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", and they're weighing like 125, 130.
No, I'm so fucking short.
You're just a little damn baby. Speaking of little damn baby, Billy Hatcher, welcome to the stream as per usual. One of the second super chat technically, but it's always a hot, delicious, burning red boy. Oh my God. Billy says, I see the gay man on stream with his girl Zia. You are correct, Billy Hatcher. I love you and I appreciate you. We're already a sixth of the way to Naked Snake, Naked Zia. Billy Hatcher joining the damn party today with a delicious hot red boy. I appreciate your support, my man. And as per usual, one of the first super chats always. Dude's crazy. I don't know why he loves me so much, but I appreciate it. And I love you as well, Billy.
One of the bestest.
Malty says, first yellow boy that ain't Asian or jaundice. Start the dang show. Thank you, Malty. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for the go, boy. Slag Lust is back. Says here too for the Goomba. Don't share it with Zia. Oh, I'm sharing the Goomba, not the $2 though. Thank you. I appreciate that. GRP60, Camelot, you ain't shit without Zia. I agree with that. Thank you, GRP.
That's crazy.
Mick Stellar says, Mick Stellar's become a member. Appreciate you, Mick Stellar. Lamar Metal. Okay, Cody, been meaning to catch you live. I was born in Huntsville, and never thought about it. Loved your rant. Keep hailing. Hell you and Zia. Thank you, Lamar. I appreciate that. That's where I am right now, is the Huntsville. And Wookie Be Bad, my brother, is joining here. How are there? 400 watching and only 150 likes. Pump them numbers up. We're going to put a 500 like goal on the show. Make sure you guys give it a good old-fashioned like, because we got some nasty-ass topics coming up. And we're going to be live for a while. So make sure you do it. Make sure you have a lot of fun. And thanks again to my boy. We had Dick Masterson on the show Wednesday. A lot of fun. It was a spicy show and a lot of fun. Slag Lust in the chat was just going ham at Dick, and it was great. It was funny. So I appreciate that, Slag Lust. Thank you so much. I make more money when Slag Lust is pissed than I do when he loves me. It's great. Sky High says Cody ain't gay. He's Famelot sexual. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's true. That means I like penis and vagina. Is that what that means?
I think that's bisexual, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's called Famelot sexual, apparently. So Slagless says I don't like Madison. Well, you know shit, Slagless. No shit. Oh, his super chats were killing me. They were making me laugh so hard. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you for all the super chats. We're gonna talk about some Doctor Who. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Doctor Who, and we're gonna have a lot of fun doing so. So make sure you guys are ready for that. Have you been watching Doctor Who, Zia?
So I am. All right. Here's my whole thing with Doctor Who. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. Yeah. I love it so much. I started watching it again for the third time, which actually isn't that many. So I've watched things more. But I'm rewatching it for the third time with X-Ray Girl because she's never seen it before. So we watched the reboot. We're watching New Who. My dad used to watch Classic Who. I know people love Classic Who. I've watched a couple episodes of Classic Who. It's not bad, but it's old as fuck. And so it can be a little bit rough. And I understand that people love it, and I'm not trying to shit on it, but it's a tough watch sometimes. It's good writing and it's cool, but it's a tough watch. But anyway, I love New Who. I started with Christopher Eccleston.
Yep.
And I absolutely fucking love it. I stopped with Capaldi right around when Bill came in. That's when I pieced out. And then I came back when Jodie Whittaker was in, because I was covering it for AfterBuzz and I was doing the after show. And that season made me so sad. I wanted to fucking cry. I was watching it and I was like, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. And I was trying my best to go in with an open mind. I knew as soon as they were like, it's about time we have a woman doctor, I was like, oh, this doesn't bode well. But you know what? Let's see. Because I actually liked Michelle Gomez as Missy, who's the reincarnation of the Master. I actually thought she did a fantastic fucking job. It wasn't her fault that those seasons started to fall apart a little bit. Yeah. So anyway, I had to stop. I had to stop watching it. After that season, I was fucking done. And I've had so many people try to coerce me into be like, we'll hate watch it and we'll talk shit about it. And I know that makes people money. I realize that, but it makes me too sad to watch something that I love so much being fucking stomped on and ruined and turned into complete and utter garbage. And also, I don't want to give them the numbers. Fuck them. They don't deserve it.
Yeah. I think that they're intentionally destroying all these people that like are suffering from this weird ass mind virus. I don't even know. A lot of people say it's the woke mind virus, and I think it's kind of gay. But there's something going on to where people are intentionally destroying decade-long art just to provoke people online. And it's very disheartening because Russell T Davies, for some reason, told on himself and said he conflates. He didn't say but this is what he meant. He said that it's not right to conflate wheelchairs with evil, because they took the creator of the Daleks, Davros. They took Davros If you guys watch Doctor Who, Davros is this old zombie looking dude who looks cool as fuck. Got a little jewel in his head, and he has like a motorized thing. Because his body's been destroyed, so he like rolls around in this motorized thing, and he's an evil son bitch. Well, Russell T Davies is like, I don't like associating evil with wheelchairs and disability. I'm like, no one ever did that. No one ever saw Davros and be like, fuck, I hate wheelchair people. No, they were like, damn, Davros is crazy. I didn't even think about the freaking motorized chair, but so they just turned him into like a white dude. Now he's just like an ugly white dude. Like
that's what they do. All villains and anyone who's evil has to suddenly be a white dude. I'm noticing that they're doing that a lot. It's happening a lot. They're like, well, we can't make anyone evil a person of color or someone disabled, which you're right. That's such a bizarre reach. The fact that he thought that is telling on himself, because I've never thought of that in my entire fucking life. I also never thought just because Professor X is in a wheelchair, I was never like, oh, all heroes are in wheelchairs. No. It's just the character. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, that was just a mask slipping on Russell T Davies. He's apparently disgusted by wheelchair people, which is whatever. But he went a little bit further and decided to insert all the pronoun bullshit. And also, by the way, awkwardly. It wasn't even natural. It was the weirdest shit in the world. It was very, very awkward and clunky dialogue where the show would be doing the old Doctor Who thing. And then all of a sudden, this like young trans black woman's like, did you just assume this Furby's gender right now in a condescending way? Like always, it's never like an informative thing. It's always super condescending when they do it. And the doctor, apparently, who has been through time and space, every reality, every timeline ever, just didn't realize pronouns were a thing. And for some reason, I guess, the all-knowing, timeless, all knowledge person just didn't know about this. So thank God he was taught and coached by a young trans black woman. Thank God that person exists to teach the doctor his dumbassery and his old school ways. So that happened. The Furby thing happened. This is the last episode, by the way. This isn't even the most recent one. So they do that. And then there's this weird, awkward scene. And I played it last stream, and BBC struck my channel, by the way. So I had to delete all that. So if you delete it, it doesn't go through, thank God. But anyways, so there's another scene at the end of the Doctor Who episode where all the women are standing arm in arm, like with like tons of guys with guns behind them, like Nazis or something, and they just completely over and over berate the Doctor because he's a man, which doesn't make sense because the Doctor, they're trying to paint the Doctor as trans because the Doctor can be woman or male. So they're trying to say the Doctor's trans, but they're binary or non-binary, whatever. But they're also saying that because the Doctor looks like a man, he's stupid because men don't understand women's strife. And
this is exhausting.
They actually literally say, we know everything, and you would have seen it if you were a female. And I'm like, and they look like villains. They are standing there. They all look like villains. Everybody in this that's condescendingly preaching just looks like villains.
See, this is not how you garner empathy. I think empathy is an important skill set or just trait to have because you truly don't know what other people go through. And it's kind of nice to be like, you know what? Putting yourself in other people's positions is a good way to live life because I just think everyone's better for it. This is not how you do this.
Yeah.
This is not how you do it. This is making everything worse, not better. This is why people are like, fuck you.
And it seems purposeful. It doesn't seem, the reason it seems purposeful is because the dialogue is clunky. None of it's natural. But keep in mind, the writer, Russell T Davies, worked on a lot of really good Doctor Who shit. Suddenly he just can't write. Like there's all this random, overt, condescending, clunky dialogue out of nowhere that's just shitting on dudes. Like
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
Why is it always effeminate fucking white dudes that are writing this shit? Like, we need to just bring a black dude in to write it from now on. Fuck it. Just find a black guy. You write Doctor Who now. It's going to be like, there's going to be a lot of hood shit in it, but that's better than this shit.
I was going to say, it'd be a little street. I'm down.
Yeah. Fuck it. Like, God, I would rather have that than this condescending, like, everybody's got to be on board with a pronoun. Everybody's got to be on board with non-binary or else. No, you don't. No one has to be on board with any shit. No one does. I don't have to be on board with nothing.
Also, the chances of you running into people like that are pretty fucking slim, like out in the real world. The people that are going to be like that are young kids who are trying to figure themselves out and find themselves. And that was a whole group of friends that I was with in high school who fucking didn't really know. Like some of them were gay, obviously gay. That's a thing. And they're going to grow up and stay gay. But a lot of kids go through that shit where they're trying to figure it out. And they're like, I'm trying to fit in. I don't feel like I fit in anywhere. They're non-binary. And then guess what? They grow the fuck out of it a lot of the times.
Yeah,
because it's like a weird, it's a weird phase. So your chances of meeting someone like I'll tell you right the fuck now, I'm not talking to young kids and I'm not talking to kids in high school. I have like, as soon as someone comes around, they look like actual children to me. And I'm like, I have nothing to say to you. So this is not going to affect my life in any sort of way. And when I talk to a dude, I swear to God, I talked to this guy in the gym today and I don't even think I can say it on YouTube because I'll get your channel probably taken down. But it made me laugh so fucking hard because he was using this Smith machine.
Yeah.
And I needed it. And I just,
machine,
yeah. And I was over there and I was like, hey, how many more sets do you had? He had bitch machine. He had 3 more sets to go. And this dude is like, okay, I'll say this is like one of the most attractive guys I've ever seen. He looks like a Greek fucking god. It's wild. He's like this big, tall guy. His shoulders are like this. He's fucking like straight teeth. And so we're talking to him and he looks like he could be Hawaiian and like maybe Pacific Islander, maybe mixed with Asian. So I ask him, I'm like, where are you from? He goes, he's like, what town? He goes, I'm from, wherever here in New Jersey. And I'm like, no, what state? And he goes, oh, I'm from New Jersey. I was like, oh, wow. You like really look like you're Hawaiian or you could be from Hawaii. And he's like, actually, I've gotten that before. People think I'm Asian because I have. And he said the CH word, eyes.
Oh, God.
And I was like,
dang.
I just straight up in the middle of the conversation. I was like, holy shit. It made me laugh so hard. And this guy just like no shame in the middle of the gym. And then there's another guy that I'll talk to sometimes. Super cool dude. He says retarded like constantly. I think when you get out there in the world and you talk to people, not Chinese, but the one for Chinese, you know what I'm talking about. Super base, this dude made me laugh. He's very, very nice though. He was super cool. He like took the weights off for me. He's like, you're good, cool. I waited for the machine. But the more like you get out there and you talk to people in the real world, you realize that most people aren't like these fucking assholes on the internet who are like, these are my pronouns and I'm a fucking pansexual, because that's not how people are.
Yes, it is. It's almost exclusively across the board white women. It's white, college educated, early 20s, and then randomly like late 30s white women. And now obviously there's some sprinkling of everybody in there. But it's mainly like white women, because white women are the arbiters of everything that is like supposed to be correct in social society for some reason. But dude, I got real drunk and joined a random Discord call like a month ago. And there was like some people with autism, like in the call, a few trans people in the call, and they were all saying the F slur and retarded every 2 seconds. And we were just fucking laughing and cutting up. Yeah. No one cares. And,
no one cares.
Most people don't really care in real life, but when they get in a group setting, they have to fly off the handle to prove how morally just they are. Well, I care about people more than you do, Zia. Well, I care about people more than you do, Cody. Well, I care about people more than you do. They have to prove how much they care about people's feelings, so much so that women in the new feminist movement has pushed women's feelings below men's feelings now. We've come full circle. Men are winning again, and that's trans women coming in and ruling all the sports, ruling everything, just getting free awards. Miss America, woo, everything. They're ruling the world right now because women have put their feelings below this, what is the word? Marginalized community.
Right.
It's hilarious, and women are going to suffer for a long time over this. And a lot of them are waking up to it, though. They're like, wait a fucking second. What did I do this for? I'm suddenly fucked. Yeah, suddenly you're fucked. Suddenly you get a felony through whatever, who maybe not your fault or your own. You got to serve 3 months in prison. Oh, guess what? There's 4 trans women here.
And guess what? That's happened.
And they all have 9-inch throbbing cocks. Get ready.
Yeah. And guess who got pregnant in a woman's prison because there was a trans woman in there?
It's like,
I've seen that story.
Dude,
that's happening.
I saw an article like a few weeks ago, and it was like a trans woman rapes 16 females in a short stint in prison, and it was just literally a dude. Like, it showed a picture. It's just a fucking dude. I'm like, oh, bro, this dude has got like a buffet in front of him. Imagine going to the buffet, Zia. You going to the buffet? I'm just gonna wreck all you asses. All your asses are wrecked. oh, well, he's allowed to. You know, thank God, because we have to put his feelings, whatever, above every other person. And the reason is because, like, it's just fucking white women. What the fuck's wrong with white women? And speaking of white women, speaking of goddamn white women, I watched Godzilla 2 days ago.
I've heard so many good things.
Holy shit. So we're talking about Doctor Who, all the forced bullshit that the West likes to do. Because trust me, if you're seeing it in Europe, you're in Western Europe, you're going to see it in Americas, you're going to see it all, right? Because it's the West. It's all the West. It's our some overarching entity is trying to destabilize the West. And we're right in the middle of this shit. But what's not happening?
We're falling for it because we're all too dumb. Go on.
It's moral grandstanding. The best people that you can do this to are white women and effeminate white men, because they have to prove through guilt that they care greatly about everybody else. They care more about black people than anybody else. All they want to do is help them. And they have the soft bigotry of low expectations. They're like, well, we got to help black people. Why do we have to help black people, Jessica? Well, it's because, you know, they're poor and they're not very smart. Oh, what? You're just assuming that. Why are you assuming that? Well, because, you know, like, the system's against it. No, bitch, you're just fucking racist. And you don't know how. You don't realize that these are just humans that are capable of anything else. And they're like, they're not capable. No, they're not. Yeah, that kind of sounds racist to me, white girl. But anyways,
get their IDs.
Yeah, but this is not happening, Zia, in the Far East. So I went and saw Godzilla -1, Japanese film, and holy shit, masterpiece. And it might not even be. It's just I'm so used to trash being shoveled in my face that I don't even realize that it might be okay and not a masterpiece. But this movie, great CG, great action, nuclear family, made me feel things, strong men, hero's journey, strong, nurturing women. Fucking amazing film. All the way through. I was like, this is fucking great. This is great. This is great. This is great. There was not a scene, Zia, where the female Japanese lady came in and said, don't leave a man to do a woman's job. Like, everybody started clapping in the background and looking all disgustingly at all the men for
what? You don't like that? You don't like that when a woman picks up a 400-pound thing and is like, actually, I'm just as strong as the man. This is super believable.
I love when it's a 112-pound girl with stick arms and she like punches a 300-pound like fucking bodyguard guy, and he like falls over holding his face like he's knocked out. I'm like, dude, that lady just punched less than an 11-year-old and he's knocked out. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off. But we're gonna talk more about that. We gotta bring in some guests here in a second, though. Let me read these super chats. Big Sal up north. My boy says, huge fan of sci-fi, but it's got to have an edge. Stargate Universe, Fringe, Body Problem. I have no interest in any show where the main that spooked me. I thought that was like an animation happening. What is that? Cheesecake?
This is cake.
Why do you have cake?
Nick just came home and he sent me a video from it was his friend's birthday, so I went into Brooklyn.
Is it your birthday?
No.
Oh, you're just being fucking round as hell right now.
I'm just being a fat fuck.
Anyways,
he brought me home cake. Go on.
Big Sal says no interest in any show where the main focus is social messaging. It's called entertainment for a reason. I 100% agree. Big Sal up north. I love you. I appreciate you. We are now a fourth of the way to the 9th naked snake in a row, 243rd snake in a row. Big Sal, I love you. I appreciate you. Chris Benoit says, hey, Zia, I have a son who started dating. He has been seeing a girl who makes content. How should I show him that he's brought great shame to his family? Yell, disown, or wrestling chokehold? Well, I know what you should do, Chris.
Chris, you know your finishing move? That.
Chris Benoit, I know your finishing move. Double barrel shotgun and then staying in your house for a week while their bodies rot. That's what Chris Benoit did. Thank you, Chris. Michael Nyer says, are you going to play Fortnite as Naked Snake with your snake as your avatar? Nope. Fortnite's awful. Thank you, Michael Nyer. I appreciate you, dude. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's bring on our first guest, assuming he joins.
This needs to get taken away from me.
But before we do that, let's give a big shout out to Mr. Neanderthal, who is back again with a $50 super chat. Oh my God, he's on fire, boys. Got to hit the Rumble rants here in soon.
Nick, you got to take this away from me. I'm going to eat it all.
One of them looks like a cheesecake piece.
It's not. So this is like some sort of a caramel.
Oh, I see. You turned it. Yeah, you turned it. Okay, I get it.
And that's like some kind of a chocolate cake. And this is quite possibly some of the best cake I've ever had in my life.
Cake.
Salted caramel and blackout. This is
salted caramel.
Cody's literally on a cut right now, and I'm eating cake in front of him.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I'm not tempted.
Oh, that's
I'm not fat. I'm not a tempted bitch.
And I got a chocolate coin.
What's up, Steph? Do you want to link Steph the Alter Nerd? Steph the Alter Nerd, do you want to link to the Saturday Shit Fest? Thank you, Neanderthal. I love you. Appreciate you. Don't forget
So
Billy Hatcher. By the way, Neanderthal, I really appreciate that, man. My Neanderthal is always in here giving me some love. I don't deserve that shit. Thank you. Billy Hatcher, my boy. Holy shit. We're closing in. It's starting to rack up. It's that time of the show when people start flinging fucking money like I'm a stripper. Well, I have a stripper to my left, but you know what I'm saying. Billy Hatcher.
Also, you're a stripper too. You make your titties dance.
Oh, I will be. Yeah, my abs are coming in pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. Billy Hatcher says, my B-Day was yesterday and I'm 31. Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday.
Welcome to the non-third TO. I'm about to turn 34. Rest in peace. But
that's it. Your life's over.
Dude, when I turn 34, my abs are going to be so shredded. I'm excited. Billy, I love you. Thank you so much, Billy, again. He already dropped a red boy. I don't deserve that shit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more time. Ooh.
Happy birthday, Billy Hatcher. Thank you for always being so awesome and supportive to Cody.
Such a beautiful young man. Such
a
beautiful young man. And then Seozen with a gold boy. I love you, Seozen. You're so delicious. Appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you. And don't forget the man with the fro that never ends. Look at that bastard. God. Oh, Epic Mike is here.
Your hair is better than Claudio Sanchez.
I don't know who that is, but my hair is definitely better than his. Oh, wait
Your hair is definitely better than his.
It took me a second.
Mike.
I do know who
I was going to say Mike.
No, that was my jam back in the day. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. That one fucking video where he's like singing. I don't remember the video. It's the album after
Good Apollo, Burning Star.
He's like holding his hair back and just walking towards the camera like the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he's just having to hold his fucking hair back.
It gets out of control sometimes. I've shut my hair in the car door before. Didn't know until I started driving on the road. And went to go turn my head, and I was like, "Fuck!" And it was like,
that's happened to my my dick fro before.
Yeah,
it's real bad, dude.
The dick fro was the worst. Yeah.
No shit. I'll never forget. I was in Las Vegas, and I was real cut. It was like when I had just started getting really cut when I was like 25, and I went to Vegas and I was hanging out with all my GameStop buddies because it was a GameStop meeting, and there was all these hot girls, and like girls were looking at me and shit. Because when you get in real good shape and you go like out in like normal like populace, you're like, holy shit. Like people are just looking at you like, damn. And I'm like, I feel normal because I'm always at the gym with my friends and they're all shredded. So I kind of just feel normal. But all these girls looking at me and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go to the club that night. And I did, and I hung out with like 3 girls and it was great. But before that, I went out in my tank top, and dude, I had this armpit fro that was like out to here.
Ooh, just
do you like trim your armpit hair?
Oh, I shaved
that. Is that a thing that you guys have to do? Okay.
That's kind of took one of based. Yeah.
I took one of my my managers, one of my fellow managers, like beard trimmer. I'm like, hey, can I trim my beard in your bathroom? He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And I took that bitch and I was shaved my armpit. He never knew. He never knew.
Shaved his face with that later. Yeah.
Let me send Steph the Alter Nerd a link, and then we'll have a full house.
It's gonna be a party.
Steph the Alter. Is she on Twitter? There she is.
Appreciate you having me on today, by the way.
Yeah, dude. I wanted to get my Doctor Who rant out before I brought you on.
Oh, I get you. I feel you. Yeah, that's a whole fucking mess right there, isn't it? Yeah.
Dude, what a way to ruin something amazing. I just don't know.
Fuck up something that I mean,
that's been on since the 60s. That show has been on since it is one of the most progressive shows that's on TV.
Listen,
the progressives.
I about shit my pants the first time I started watching, because I started watching it this year for the first time. I'd never watched it. I was like, oh, fucking British television. I mean, that's not, I like a lot of British television, but I was like, fuck this show. And I started watching it. And then like season end, Captain Jack just like mouth kisses the doctor. And I was like, what have we been talking about this whole time? What the fuck?
Like Captain Jack is the best.
Yeah.
It was just random, and it wasn't like overt. It was kind of funny. You're like, holy shit, this is crazy. And then like, it wasn't like this whole like, there wasn't a preachy before and after. It was just, it happened and it was over. And you're like, oh, okay, whatever. That's weird, but it's fine. That's kind of cool.
And then you learn that's just the character. Captain Jack will literally fuck anyone. He will fuck men, women, aliens. Doesn't matter.
And it's very apparent. He's like,
all. Yes. Yeah.
People walk by and he's like, I'm gonna fuck that later. And you're like, dude, like chill.
Speaking of something pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen. Okay, so let's get to the new episode of Doctor Who. So the new episode of Doctor Who deals with historic elements. It's very interesting, very cool. It deals with a very important person that wrote a lot of laws that still stand today. Sir Isaac Newton. Now, in the new episode of Doctor Who, for some reason, and I'll never quite understand it other than as a means to provoke the audience, instead of keep in mind, this is not up for debate. This is not the Cleopatra thing where people like to claim that she may have been black, whatever. That's fine. We don't really we don't really know. I mean, we know, but we don't really overtly know. There's a possibility something happened somewhere. But for some odd reason, they cast Isaac Newton as a straight up brown man, and he is a British white dude. Like on the new episode of Doctor Who, instead of this is what Isaac Newton looked like. All right?
That is the most European ass features I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. He looks like he's paler than me. He's like a ghost.
Like look, at this point, you're just trying to provoke the audience. You have to be, because this is not accurate. This is not what
he's so he like so ethnically ambiguous. I don't know what that guy is.
He looks like a Native American.
He does. I thought about that, but I was like, but maybe he's an Indian, like the real Indians, you know? But I don't know. They snatched one from our country and brought him over there.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I mean, he's an attractive man, but it's not Isaac Newton. No. And let's talk about something real quick. Isaac Newton is, his whole family through every generation has been a white dude. Mm-hmm. And that's fine and whatnot. But also, Doctor Who has dealt and dived into historical shit like throughout its entire run. Vincent Van Gogh looked like fucking Vincent Van Gogh. It didn't look like Will Smith. Okay, it was Vincent Van Gogh, because they were trying to. Now, either A, you're trying to rewrite history to serve whatever needs or message that you think you should have, or B, you're trying to provoke the audience. And I'm going with B.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Because at this point they're realizing it's causing a whole bunch of conversation and people are talking about it. It's drumming up interest, and then they know that people aren't going to watch their product because it's good anymore. So they think, well, if we get people to talk about it, people will watch it to hate it.
Yep.
And it's fucked
Which
up,
is why I won't do it.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Like, same. If it got good again, I'd fucking watch it. Yeah.
All you have to do, Nick said he might join. All you have to do is make a show or a movie good. And instead of doing that, they have to preach and prove to their other white, rich friends that they like black people more than everyone else. And no one gives a fuck, especially not black people. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you, you can take the whitest college girl ever and put her on Tuscaloosa Avenue at 3 a.m. and tell her to go tell black people that they're victims and she cares for them, and they will beat the shit out of her. Yeah. They don't care.
It literally happened to the white activist dude who got stabbed in front of his girlfriend in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Well, have you ever heard that joke from Patrice Wilson, where he talks about, like, he's like, if a white dude's walking on the street and he sees like
Patrice O'Neill This is one of the best bits ever. Yeah, I bring this up all the time.
He walks across the street and like, fuck yeah, you should walk across the street, because if I'm walking down the street and I see a bunch of white dudes with their heads shaved, I'm not gonna go up to them and figure out what's going on. I'm walking across the street too.
Yeah, that's called self-preservation.
Go ahead.
I would rather be seen as racist than dead.
Yeah, dude,
that's what he said.
Hell yeah, let's go. Dude, if it is racist, and I'm gonna bring Steph on here in a second. If it is racist for me to not go to the hood as a white ass dude because of self-preservation, get my hood and my fucking cloak ready, boys. Because I ain't going down that road.
That makes me racist too. Because guess what? There are neighborhoods around me I don't go into. I just go, nah. I already know. Listen, driving home at night from work and stuff, you go, there's certain neighborhoods you just don't drive through because, like, guess what? Sometimes the streets are blocked off because they're having parties out in the street. And if you honk your horn to get by, you'll die. So, like, they don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Speaking of not giving a fuck, welcome, Steph, the altar nerd.
Boom.
Hi, everyone. Hey up. And yes, I'm really not giving a fuck right now. It's nearly 4 o'clock in the morning where I'm at in the UK. Yeah, I'm in my pajamas and my dressing gown. I don't care. I'm just going to wear it like
great.
And have some
I love it.
Great.
It's a great look.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's a comfy look, especially after I've just had an operation a couple of days ago. So
what happened? I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, so I had a cyst removed from the lower of my back.
Oh shit! How you feeling? Does not sound fun.
No, not really. I've got to sit on donuts, lay a certain way, do certain things. Yeah, but I've been through worse. So
did they give you the cyst so you could fucking pop it or something?
Huh?
Did they give it to you, the cyst, afterwards?
I wish. No, they actually
That's
literally had to cut it out.
Could you
They had to
imagine if
put
they
the
gave it
under
to
and
you,
cut it out.
like squeezing it and it explodes?
It's
It
just a
used to
stress
do
ball.
that.
You're just sitting there like squeezing it. And
This
It
is my
was a pilonidal or pilonidal cyst. So it's one of those where they literally had to cut it out, like dig deep and get the
Dig
whole thing
deep.
out.
They had to dig
It
deep,
like
bro.
had roots and everything or something shitty like
Damn.
that.
Damn.
Sweet Jesus. Was it benign? It wasn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
it wasn't cancerous. It was just a cyst that they were like, this needs to go.
Yeah. We totally tested it, totally benign. But the thing is, you know, now as a full-time YouTuber, where it was really starting to affect and really get painful and ruin my clothes. So I was like, as soon as it started ruining my clothes, I'm like, yeah, no, this thing's gotta go.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as being one thing about being a professional YouTuber is, man, I had to finally sanitize my chair. Because sometimes I don't wear pants. Okay.
Yeah.
And my chair is just starting to become like the bog of eternal stench. So I had to like give it some wipe downs, man, because it was just getting too. By the way, speaking of going a little too deep, Matthew Fauchin in the chat, a $300 Canadian boy. Damn. Let's read this big old fat super chat from Matthew. It says, funny thing about aging that I heard from Sylvester Stallone once was when you're 40, you're adding things to your life. And when you're 40, when you eventually pass, things are subtracted. Makes you think. Anyway, I've been enjoying your shows, Camelot and Zia. Keep it up. Let's see. Before you're 40, you're adding stuff, and before you're subtracting stuff. Yeah. That's kind of how it is. And I refuse, Matthew. I refuse to let it go. Here's my gay ass goal every year.
Mm-hmm.
My gay ass goal every year, which I failed last year, I'll admit, because I was racing and shit, and it was just new. Everything was really new last year. But I'm determined to be in the best shape of my life every year, and I'm trying to do that. I have to do it, or else I'm fucked. And this year I am going to do it because my abs are already coming in, and I still have a month and a half left on my cut. I'm going to go so hard. I'm excited. Thank you, Matt.
Fuck yeah.
Love you, dude. You're the GOAT. A $300 Canadian boy. That puts us $380 from Naked Snake, Naked Zia for the 9th Camel Thoughts in a row. Thank you. I appreciate you, Matt.
Damn.
My boy coming in strong. And real quick, let me hit the Hayden because he's coming in strong with the MGS3. Oh, my God. Playing through MGS3 Snake Eater. Loving every time I get to hear that song. Naked Snake is the original Snake. Thank you so much, Hayden. I appreciate that, my friend, for your pink boy. I saw it's on PC. And I'm pretty sure it's 60 frames now. I read it was going to be 30, and then I saw a guy playing it, and it's totally 60. So I'm like, yeah, I'm buying the fuck out of that. Thank you, Hayden. You're the GOAT. I appreciate you. Matthew, Hayden, Billy, Neanderthal, you guys are crazy as hell. We're almost already to the naked goal and a possible fight milk night. Thank you, Hayden. I appreciate you. Did you see, Steph, are you a fan of Doctor Who at all?
No, I know I'm from England and I've never watched an episode of Doctor Who in my life. I'm actually quite proud of that fact.
Yeah.
That's actually the most British thing I've ever heard. So, yeah.
Is it like for you over there? You're like, this is just old news. So, like, everybody loves this. So you want to, like, it's different if you don't watch it.
Nah, I just was never really interested.
She told
in
me
it in the first place.
Steph told me to watch this show that has the guy that played the Master in like 2007, and I didn't watch it, and I meant to.
Life on Mars.
Life on Mars. Yes, I had it saved and everything, and then I forgot after I like closed my computer that day, and all my windows were gone. And I was like, well, don't remember that was. So yeah,
not the US version.
Life on Mars. Let me save it again.
Version, all right. If you're watching it and you're thinking, I don't understand what they're saying, you're watching the right one.
All right, John Sim, Sam Tyler. Okay, I got it. Cool. Let me remember that.
That's the child.
I've been looking. Yeah. All I've been watching is like the autistic dating show. That's all I've been watching. I'm like, I need to watch something else.
Interesting.
It's a great show. It's great. I did watch a show called The Terror that was about the Erebus and the Terror, like ships going through the northwest, like Indian China passage and getting stuck in ice. It's a fantastic show. It's like a horror show. It's awesome. So definitely watch that shit. Spooky as hell. It's very spooky. But that being said, yeah, Doctor Who's went down the drain. And it's very, very obvious that the BBC, which reviewed it poorly, which was very strange. The BBC is all in favor, plus is Russell T Davies, plus the casting director. Anybody that's involved in it they're only concerned with pushing the message. And it is so possible to have a successful IP or medium when you just focus on writing good characters. You could even have that shit in there if you want. You just got to write it well. And they don't. They force it in there clunky and goofy, almost as if it's an afterthought. Like they write all of it and then they go back and re-edit and just throw shit in random spots that are approved by executives. I watched Godzilla -1 in theaters yesterday. Amazing movie.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about it.
I haven't seen
Amazing movie. And there was no bullshit about, oh, I'm not Godzilla's non-binary. No, it was fucking just go. It was great. Great as hell.
Godzilla's non-binary.
That's
They
awesome.
would do that here. They would do that. They'd be like, so Godzilla actually isn't a man or a woman or male or a female. They would. I fucking know they would.
Did you just call him a he? He's not a he. Respect his
So
pronouns.
Yeah, like
As
the
he kills
Japanese guy.
150,000 people.
Yeah.
By stepping on a building.
There's a Japanese guy
Doesn't
that's
give a
yelling
shit
up.
if you're he, she, they, it don't matter. Actually, he's an equal opportunist.
Yeah.
Godzilla, really,
Dude.
when you think about it.
He don't give a shit in this movie.
No.
He's like, you could be like, hey, what do you identify as? And he's just, you're nuked, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's like, I don't give a fuck. I identify as you're dead, bitch. That's what I identify
Basically,
as.
yeah.
Damn.
That's all. That's all.
Respect it.
Yeah, but go see that shit. If you haven't seen Godzilla -1, get on it, doggone. It's a great movie. It really, it's kind of gotten to the point where you can watch Eastern movies. Even fucking Bollywood films have been pretty good lately. All of it. There's every other like Bollywood, any other movie studio in like Far East countries are starting to become just better than Hollywood. And all they're doing is writing good stories and avoiding the messaging. And they're making stellar films. Everything's amazing. Every Korean or Japanese show I watch, it's like a strong male dude taking care of like a nurturing woman, which is how like life is. Now, well, Japanese culture is still that way. It had never changed. Japanese culture is like American culture in the 60s, basically.
Yeah, I can't figure out why they think that in an apocalypse sort of situation that we'd be the ones taking care of dudes. Like I still don't know how that works. Like we're just
let's let that actually happen and then be like all the men be like, are you gonna take care of me or what? To like go out hunting. There are like mutated bears out there. I don't give a fuck. Go out there. I'm hungry. Like
I'll go gather some berries. Get out there and kill some fucking bears.
If if bombs dropped tomorrow, rights would be gone, especially for women. Like because to survive as a race, like all the giant guys are gonna have to come out here and be like, all right, bitches, out of the way. You go get in cages and shit because we're gonna have to go fucking fight all this bullshit.
And I need babies. I need lots of babies now.
Only babies. And that's pretty much how Japan is, and without the bomb part. Well, you know what it reminds me of? Mike. It reminds me of when I watched the Last of Us TV show. Yeah. And it started off really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I actually enjoyed the first 2 episodes were fucking great. Now it is really, really hard looking at that girl's face for too long. It's like looking in the Ark of the Covenant. I'm just like, oh fuck.
It's way too smooth and like
dude, she looks like Rocky Dennis, man, from that old fucking Mask movie. But dude, I'm sorry, but goddamn, Jesus, do something about that. It's like fucking, I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, so I know it's mean to say that, but goddamn. Anyways, so they could have got a cute girl. That the whole point is Ellie's cute. Anyways, so first 2 episodes were pretty good. The 3rd episode was pretty good. It was super gay, but it was fine. You know, it was good writing. It was super gay, but whatever. It was a little bit long. I'm like, they're like, the insert scene wasn't needed. I didn't need the insert scene. I didn't need old Nick Offerman like moaning. That was weird. But other than that, fuck it. But like, you got to the episode where there's the like city of like bandits or whatever the fuck they were called. I don't remember now. And it's all these big muscular beard dudes with guns, right? And you're like, oh damn, it's some bandit guys. The whole city of them, and their leader is like a 4'11" obese, like annoying ass librarian lady. And I'm like, this would never happen. She would be like, give some lip like she did in the show. She'd give some lip to one of these giant bearded guys, and he'd be like, break her neck, and then just be like, I'm leader now. Like fuck that. Why are we listening to this little bitch? What happened? And then she specifically is so stupid in the show that she puts all of her men in danger and kills all of them. She gets them all killed because she's stupid. That was the whole point.
Because she's going based purely on emotion and she's fucking dumb. Yeah, she was the most annoying character I've ever seen in my fucking... That was obnoxious. The first season was actually great. And then the second season, it did start to fall apart.
What? On what? Last of Us?
Yeah.
It only has 1 season, Zia.
Oh, it only has one season?
Yeah.
Why am I thinking that there were 2 seasons?
There's
of
going to be a
SpongeBob?
second one soon.
There's going to be a second one.
And then
all right, so I
we'll-
liked part of it.
Then we'll get Papa Pump Abby, and then we'll, then we'll get,
Dude, all I know
Yes.
is
I see why she's leading everybody. Yeah.
there
Oh, because
was
there's a second game. That's why. The
Yeah,
second game
there
was
was-
ass.
the second game.
That's what it was.
Ass. The issue with the show is there was 2 entirely dedicated to flashback gay episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, well, we got to focus on this gay relationship for an entire episode. I'm like, fuck, bro, I don't care. Like, I want to see more zombie things. Jesus,
It did
give
make
me
me
more
cry
zombie.
a little bit, though.
It's really simple, like zombies. Cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, let's be honest here. Like, if you put women in cages, then the only other option is to be gay. But
It's true.
if you got
No,
if your bros got your back,
That's a great point, Mike. See, I've never thought of this before. If I was in a post-apocalyptic scenario and it was all a bunch of muscle guys with beards and we're trying to stay alive and there's like one woman for every 1,000 dudes, yeah, I'm probably fucking boofooing some dudes. You're right. I'll probably dump a load.
and he'll have your back forever.
What do you
you've been-
think?
Literally.
What do you think's going to happen to all of the effeminate dudes that don't die?
Oh, they're going to be in cages.
They're going to get their butts being spread.
Damn.
Damn, it's brutal. It's like prison. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. You know what?
Yeah.
It's like having your little lady boy back home
Yeah.
taken
Yep.
care of.
Got your little lady boy. You got the cage people. You don't talk about those. Like, we just. Damn.
Yes.
So bad.
The future I want. Ladyboy future. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's funny though. Yeah, you don't think about that because you watch these movies or TV shows and there's always like the same amount of women as men, and I'm like, there would not
Yeah.
be any women. They'd be
Yeah.
they would be like a rare commodity.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
You'd see a fat bitch and you'd be like, bro, come here.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't in the post-apocalyptic area, but like,
No.
you know,
like,
theoretically,
yeah.
like hypothetically, if you're like walking through the wasteland, you haven't ate for like a week, and then you see a fat bitch, you're like, yeah, dude, I'm dumping a load, and that might eat her ass.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
she got a lot of protein.
yeah, she's got a lot of protein. Yeah.
Yeah,
Liz is the first one to go.
yeah, they're the first ones to go for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Because people
Well,
got to
off
eat
that
and
gay
stuff.
girl's
Yeah.
ass. Dump a load and eat it right out her ass.
Literally.
Matthew Fauchin, 10 gifted memberships. This dude's goated. Appreciate you, dude. Love you. We got 750 people watching. Make sure you guys like the stream in honor of Steph and Epic Mike, not Zia. She's co-host, so she doesn't count. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, Matt. Big drops from my boy Matt the Knight. Rake and Knight says, had a cheat meal the other day because I was stressing over some bullshit, but got right back to on the dot the next way. Hell yeah, dude.
That's how you do it.
I have a cheat meal scheduled for December 17th and February 2nd. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you, Rake and Knight. I appreciate you. And I won't even go that hard. I'm just going to eat a bite of 2 things and then fucking be done with it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. God, Slackless, why do you got to do this to me? You always, everybody does this when Steph's on. Say bottle of water.
Bottle of water. There you go.
I like how she even leans into it even
She-
harder.
she plays it up a little bit.
Why
Yeah,
not?
impressive.
For a
Yeah.
super chat, I might as well, right? Bottle
Yeah.
of water. There you go.
When are you coming to US next year, Steph, for any reason?
Oh, hell yeah.
But for
Hell
what
yeah,
reason?
dude. When?
When
Don't
and
know.
where?
But I want to go back to LA because I really enjoyed it. I also probably going to be going to Tampa, Florida, especially if the Meghan Markle, Samantha Markle trial proceeds, which it looks
Yeah.
like there's a high chance that's going to happen. And I want to go to New York as well. So
That's how you know she's not from here, because like there's nobody in this country that's like, I gotta go back to LA.
Yeah, dude. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I just
Yeah, I
escaped
can't wait to go to
LA.
New York. It smells like poop everywhere. Let's go
It
back there.
does,
and hang
yeah.
out. Yeah.
LA and New York. When you step out of the terminal in LA and New York, it's like sewage, and you're like, ooh, fuck, what the fuck? It's like that in Las Vegas too, but Las Vegas is a little bit better because you can go get a hooker and get drunk immediately. It don't matter.
Las Vegas is fun.
You're
I've
so
been to Las
distracted
Vegas
by
a couple of
hookers
times.
and
I like
booze
Las
and
Vegas.
Yeah, I'll probably be in Las Vegas in I think I might go in February or March, probably March. And then I start racing though. So, God, there's so many things I need to do, and I just, God, it's gonna be a busy year. It's gonna be suck. It's gonna be suck.
No, it's gonna be good. It's good.
Well,
business.
it's gonna be good, but it's also gonna be suck. Kara says, exited out. Alex Vance was awesome, and that was post-apocalyptic. Thank you, Karis. Love you. I appreciate you. My boy Karis, always coming in strong. Appreciate you, my friend. Have you guys heard about the Completionist? I know you one of you probably have. The Completionist drama.
Yeah, I have a little bit. I haven't kept up with it a lot. I knew that there was some shit going down, and I didn't know how that was going to all conclude, but I did see something kind of broke recently with that.
Yeah. So, Steph, if you haven't heard,
No, I aren't.
There's this
Hence
guy.
the blank look on my face.
There's this guy. So one of my friends actually is really good friends with Gerard Khalil, and he has a YouTube channel. It's been large for a very long time. He started in like the early 2000s or late 2010 or early 2010s, whatever the fuck. And he has a YouTube channel called The Completionist. This channel was aimed at getting 1,000 gamer score on Xbox games back in the day, platinum trophies, all that stuff, and it expanded into so much more because he got huge, right?
Right.
So he has employees and all this. Well, he started a charity foundation in honor of his mother, who had a type of dementia. So he started a charity foundation for in honor of his mother. This charity foundation, he had live streams, all kinds of events for huge events, celebrities. Jamie Lee Curtis went to these events. Celebrities were at these events, donating hundreds of thousands of dollars to his charity. And over, I think 11 years or 10 or 11 years, the charity garnered over $600,000. Well, based on tax filings, the YouTuber Mudahar and another YouTuber Carl Jobst found out that the money was never donated to any charity over 10 years. It's just sitting in a bank account. This is what they've been told. It's sitting in a bank account. Well, they actually find this out of nowhere, and they confront the completionist before releasing the news, which was really good on their part instead of just blowing it up. The completionist guy claims he didn't know until just now or like a year prior. And he was like, oh, this is fucked up. Still doesn't donate the money, by the way. And they're like, what are you doing? And he was like, well, just tell me who to donate it to and I'll donate it. And they're like, that's not our job to tell you who to donate your donation money. He has an entire foundation for this called Open Hand Foundation. So the video came out on Carl's channel and then on Mudahar's channel, went nuclear. The dude disappeared for a while, said he was going to make a statement 2 days ago. Well, some more shit came out. Keep in mind, $105,000 of this money was gone from the bank account, supposedly as expenses. One bucket in their tax form that says expenses, no other bucket. When I do my taxes, I have like 1,000 buckets of descriptions for every expense. They had one bucket and it just says expenses. So the IRS are licking their chops. Woo, they're excited. So that money's missing, but he claims it's expenses for meetings he's done with all these open hand foundations, expenses for payroll, all that stuff, even though it wasn't labeled like that on the tax documents. Well, he claims he's going to make a statement 2 days ago. And some information came out today or yesterday, I can't remember. And this information was found out that for almost the last 20 years, Gerard, the completionist, the guy, his father has ran a separate charity for a golf tournament that was garnering $50,000 to $100,000 every year.
Is it Swinging for Retards?
Yes. And anyways,
that actually was a charity, by the way.
The money coming from the charity was going to the Open Hand Foundation. Every single tier you could buy, it said, make your check out to the Open Hand Foundation, which is Gerard's charity. Until 2019, they completely stopped reporting their income. So for 20 years, Gerard's dad has had a fraudulent charity, and he combined it with his son's fraudulent charity. So they basically and his brother works for them and other family members work for them. What it looks like is their entire family is just a giant fraud ring. And it's crazy because he's like the Mr. Rogers of YouTube. Everybody's like, he's the nicest guy on YouTube. He's so sweet. He's so great. He's so kind. And he's been stealing probably him and his dad over millions of dollars over the past 10 years from people thinking they're giving money to people suffering from dementia. It's fucking crazy.
See, it's funny. I was just talking about this the other day, how I trust people who are like more degenerates online, like all my sex worker friends. I know them in real life and they're all fucking wonderful people and they're in their relationships and they're not doing any fucked up stuff, but they're, sex workers and they're doing their thing and people shit on them online all the time. And I see it constantly happening. I don't trust the people that act like they're fucking like Mr. Rogers Online, holier than thou. Look at me. I uphold the fucking family. Those are always the people who are doing shady shit. They're fucking cheating on their husbands and wives. They're money laundering like every single fucking time. And those are the people that everybody looks up to. And they're like, oh, these people are so great. Every like degenerate person that I know are fucking wonderful people. In real life, because who they say they are is who they are, and they're fucking great people.
They don't care about what other people think.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Andy and I over on Popcorn Planet, we've done a couple of huge charity drives over the years on our stream, and we've always set it up whereby whenever anyone's making a donation, it's going straight to that charity. It ain't coming to us to pass on. It's going straight to that charity. There's a really, really good tool called Streamlabs Charity, and you can choose any charity on that platform. Share the link, and the money goes straight to that charity. Don't pass go. All that lot, it goes straight to them. No messing about, no nothing. So there are legitimate, like, trustworthy ways these days that we as streamers can raise money for charity and do good in the world. So I don't want people to think, you know, from this story that, you know, streamers out there that are raising money for charity are the same as this fucking completionist guy, where the fuck he is, right?
Yeah.
You know, there are some of us out there that do it genuinely, truthfully, honestly, and 100% goes to charity. Don't even touch our hands, it goes straight to them, and that's it. Again, Streamlabs Charity, definitely recommend them. Not getting paid, not sponsored, but that's what we always use. But when I hear stories like this, like another YouTuber now scamming their audience for charitable reasons, it makes me pissed off.
Yeah.
Pissed off, because then the audience trusts us less when the real people, the real ones, are actually doing it for charity, and there's nothing dodgy about it, you know?
They ruin it for everyone else, because there's people on the Completionist subreddit right now saying they're no longer going to be involved in like content creation, and they're no longer going to be involved in watching streams of their favorite creators. They don't trust anybody. They feel wronged, and it sucks because there's legitimate people out there donating money. There's legitimate people out there benefiting from these donations, and these giant YouTubers are the ones sucking that shit in and just stealing it from everyone. Now, on the bright side, Jar Khalil, if he doesn't run like leave the country, he's going to jail. He's 100% going to jail. Now he could testify against his father and maybe receive a lighter sentence, but he's going to see prison time. I don't see it ifs, ands, and buts about it. He's fucked. So because he's committed like 1 billion acts of charity fraud. It's over. It's fucking every single transaction. It's like a charge. He's fucked.
Yeah.
It's over. So, but he could probably testify against every single person in his family, make a public statement that he just didn't know somehow, and he's maybe accept the fact that he's like a fool and didn't know, and then he's gonna have to swear off his entire family and testify against them, maybe just to get a year of jail time. But he's fucked. So I believe he'll leave the country. I mean, because you can kind of see somebody's character, right? He's stealing charitable donations. He acts like the nice guy in every situation. He's probably gonna leave the country and disappear. Yeah, because he's a coward. That's what these people do.
The fact that he's not talking about it. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is like, for such a nice guy, why are you not fucking you could have got way ahead of this. I mean, even if you were fucking guilty, you could have got ahead of this and started padding stuff and been like, hey, my fucking parents and my uncles and my aunts got in. I was a victim. I didn't realize this was all going on. Here I am. You know, there's a lot. I mean, perception is everything. I mean, and that's going to affect how everybody looks at how he handled this, and the fact that he's been dead fucking silent.
Yeah, he should have. Dude, I would have. Dude, the moment that Mudahar messaged me and said, hey, man, I've noticed some things about your charity that are kind of fucked up. I would have hopped on call with him, found out everything he knew immediately, got off that call, and fucking made my own video and been like, my dad has this charity donation or this charity thing. I've been pressured into this. I didn't know what was going on until just now. I'm getting out in front of it, like, and I'm swearing off my whole. I've done everything possible to keep your public image alive, because so when he gets out of prison, he'll have something to fall back on. Yes, but no, he being silent. He's fucked. It's been like a week and a half now, or 2 weeks. So
because if he would have talked to those guys would have been like, yo, he did something really stupid, but they would have went to bat for him.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
nobody's gonna go to bat for you.
Yeah, mood hard. Like as long as you accept accountability and you like delve into some more information, try to help people. Yeah, you'll be all right. But unfortunately, he's playing the silent game, so he's fucked. He's fucked.
I actually used to be in real life a funding secretary and actually a honourable treasurer of a local charity for about, I want to say 7-8 years. And so particularly for the UK, I know how charity law works in the UK. And again, it miffs me off when people commit charity fraud because it decreases the trust that the public have with the charities that are following the rules, that are doing the right thing and trying to do good in the world. Special kind of hell for the completionist and his family, it seems, and may he rot in it. I hope he don't run. I hope he has the balls to face up to what he's done and face the full force of the law or whatever that may be in America. But oh my goodness, that's just ridiculous. But Zia's right. At the end of the day, the ones that are trying to be holier than thou, the ones that like my shit smells better than the rest of yours, this, that, and the other, and try and be better than everyone else. They're the ones that have really got the skeletons in the closet. They're the ones that are actually acting nastier, dirtier than anyone else at all. They're the ones you've really got to look out for. So when this happened, generally speaking, I'm not surprised anymore. How about you, Zia?
Oh no, same. I never get surprised. Anytime someone who's this great person who acts like it's like you said, holier than thou, and they act like they're better than everyone else, and they're constantly like, "Oh, my shit don't stink." Those are the people that every time it comes out, I'm like, "Of course." I just expect it now. I get to a point where I expect it and I'm like, oh, I just know some shitty thing's going to happen. I feel that way about charities in general too. When you're talking about how some charities do play by the rules and do it right. There are so many charities that I started finding out about who like 5% of the money that comes in actually goes to doing the thing that the charity is specifically for. And the other 95% goes to other stuff. I don't even know what to donate to anymore. So I just like at the store, I always used to feel like an asshole saying no when they're like, do you want to donate to end childhood hunger? Like whatever it is. I stopped saying yes because I don't know what that's going to. And I felt like a piece of shit for a while, but then I was like, wait, like you have to legitimately, oh God, my brain is just like farting on words. I've had too much sugar. You have to legitimately research the charities that you donate to find out if it's a legitimate one.
Bro, I will never, when I'm at the damn checkout at Kroger or anywhere else, and they're like, do you want to donate? No, absolutely not, because I'm not donating to your tax write-off. I will donate personally myself directly. Like that's what I've donated to. Oh God, the Children's Hospital. What's it called?
St. Jude's.
St. Jude's. I've donated to St. Jude. I donated like $1,500 a couple of years ago to St. Jude's, and like you can just do it directly. Like you don't have to go through Kroger to do it. And the reason is because A, Kroger's using it for tax write-off, and B, they're skimming the shit out of that too. Because they don't tell you how much percentage they're giving. Like they're fucking skimming that shit. And I'm like, no, Kroger, eat my ass. I'm not going to be the reason you're be able to write off your taxes. And it's the same thing with like tip. It's like this weird new tipping culture thing to where every single place you go now asks you to either tip or donate. Like you can go get a sandwich at a sandwich shop, and the guy that doesn't even make it, there's like a tip thing. Ask you to give him a tip. I'm like, no one made this. This is a cheeseburger. What are you talking about? It was made like by a machine, and you want me to tip your ass? And why does that tip go to the workers? No, it just goes to the corporation. It doesn't go to anybody. It's insane.
And I'm a huge advocate of tipping because I worked in the service industry for fucking years. I waited tables. It's brutal. It sucks. And I tip I always tip 30%. If I could afford to, I'd tip 50% every time I went out. But it's getting out of hand where even like you said, you go in to do something where like, I can't even remember what it was that I went into. It was like something where you go up and you order at the counter. Basically, no one's really doing anything. And Dunkin' Donuts, I think. They ask you to tip at Dunkin' Donuts for like them grabbing you a donut. And I'm like, I always will drop $1 in the thing, but it's just getting to a point where it's a little too much.
Well, Zia, okay, I've got a story for you. So, first time I was in Tampa, Florida, and Andy and his family took me to a Red Lobster. and the service was appalling.
Oof.
Oh.
People came in after us and they got served first. When the food came out for all of us, it came out in bits and pieces. So we didn't all get to eat together, this, that, and the other. So the food was absolutely appalling, right? The service was appalling. Got to the point for paying. I snuck off and I paid for it as a nice little thank you to Andy and his family. I didn't tip. I was like, no, you don't deserve a tip because of the reasons that I just laid out. As I was walking back and we were, you know, tidying up and going, one of the waitresses comes up to me and accosts me in front of everyone. Oh, ma'am, I know that you're from England, this, that, and the other, and you don't tip over there, but over here we tip. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. On your system, it gave me the option not to tip. So I didn't. And I've got my reasons why I didn't tip at the end of the day. And she were like, no, you've got to tip, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. She accosted me and forced me to do it.
Oh, you can't do that.
Absolutely disgusting. So since then, I've never wanted to set foot in a Red Lobster ever again.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
They were absolutely disgusting. She did it in front of everyone. In front of everyone.
She wanted to make a scene because she knew that,
because she knew she would shame you into it.
Yeah, she wanted to shame me into doing it. Exactly. And to me, I was standing my ground because I was like, well, hang on a minute. If there is a requirement to tip every single time, then why on your system does it allow me the option not to tip you?
Oh, shit.
And she was like, well, it's not supposed to do it. I'm like, well, it did. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to tip you because of X, Y, and Z. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, you can't do that. Look, I waited tables for fucking years. Did I get stiff sometimes? Yes, it just happens. You can't fucking chase. It sucks. You can't chase the person out there. But also, I was a really fucking good server. If you're a shitty server and you're complaining that people don't tip you, it's because you fucking suck. And if this starts to happen like a lot, and that's the other thing too. Tipping is not mandatory. It's 100% at the discretion of the diner. So they don't have to tip you. Like, yeah, that sucks. But if you're garbage, like, why would they?
It never happens to me, Mike. No one ever does anything. Like if somebody gives me terrible service, it's got to be pretty bad for me not to tip. But if you just suck ass, I won't tip. And no one ever comes up to me and says anything. I'm a very large man though.
And
I'm like, because you're a large man. Yeah.
I'll tell them to eat my ass with no conviction. I'm like, you can eat my ass, motherfucker. Get in my face. Like, I don't care.
Why they're scared as fuck.
No one ever does this to me. Everybody has cool stories where people get in their face. I'm like, that's never happened to me.
Nobody's ever gotten in my fucking face. Yeah, like I wish they would, but they won't. No, like one of the things too that like I've been noticing a lot, and maybe it's just around my area, but like another thing that's been happening a lot is like tip pooling, where you get a tip and it goes into a giant pool at the end of the day, and then the restaurant still takes a cut of the tips, and then gives them to everybody else. So a lot of times, like I'll ask the waitresses at restaurants, like, "Hey, you guys pool tips?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I'll just give her money, and I'm like, "Do not share this with anybody." And she's like, "Oh, okay," and I'm like. You know, but like even that shit, like you can get in trouble for that. And I'm like, why? Like they don't pay you shit, and then they're gonna expect to like take a cut of your tips because of the work that you did. Like, no, I don't know. Tipping has become very like shitty in America, and it got
weird.
It got weird, unnecessarily. Like in some places I work at, like that's a thing. You know, they do tipping the old-fashioned way, and the best servers in that place get the best tips. That's how it works.
Yep. Yeah, of course. I would walk home with fucking $500 at a brunch place because I was a good server. Not everyone did. Hi, Drunk 3PO.
He said Epic Mike weird. He was like, and Epic Mike.
And
like
Epic Mike.
Yeah, he was like, and Epic Mike. And I'm like, oh, Jay.
Yeah, you can have a link, Jay, if you want one. We're just chilling out talking about everything. Let me hit some of these few super chats real quick. Matthew back again after his $300 super chat says, what Gerard did was what makes him a bad person. He's the perfect definition of a wolf in sheep's clothing. We all have flaws, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person if things are that spicy. I agree with Zia. Yeah, so it's dude 100%. What Zia and Steph were saying earlier is very true. If you notice somebody on social media overtly like morally grandstanding and acting like a good person and always trying to reaffirm how good of a person they are, they're probably shit. The people that never talk about how generous they are probably normal, generous people. That's the issue. You don't need to compensate. It's like when you see a couple, okay, and this is something I see a lot. You'll see a couple on Facebook, like a mutual friends. It's like a man and a woman. And they post every day how much they love each other and they're great and they can't live without each other, but you know them in real life and they're on the cusp of like divorce every day. Every day they're like, I fucking hate this bitch. I hate motherfucker. Every day they're like having fights where they're punching holes in walls and almost killing each other. But on Facebook, they have the perfect relationship. It's the same shit. It's overcompensating. So if you see somebody overtly talking about how generous they are, you know, like all these white ladies on fucking on face or on Twitter every single day, probably shitbags.
It's like, guys, if you're going on and on and on and on and on about how big your dick and balls are,
Exactly.
I'm sorry, the more you go on and on and on about how big your dick and balls are, the more it's really important in our minds. It's really this time.
Yeah.
That was
fine glass, basically. There you go.
That was always
Wally situation.
That was always the thing in growing up in Hawaii. Any time a guy had a ridiculously big, like giant lifted truck that there was just no reason for, it was always like, because like, what do you don't need that truck? That's crazy. Unless are you farming? Are you hauling stuff? No.
Yeah, dude. People like shit on my giant truck, and it was for hauling my race cars.
Yeah, that's a little bit. You have an actual reason for
and
it.
Now I might not. I literally used it 3 times to haul my race car, and then I got hired by a race team. And now I don't even fucking haul race cars anymore. I'm like, well, damn it, I fucked up. I should have waited a little bit
Just
longer.
go outside and just look at that truck, and you're like, damn.
It just sits there on my front street every day, and just like a huge brand new truck, and I don't ever drive it. I drive my R8 like every day. It's so fucking Wrathchild. Cheers and thank you, Matt, for watching for the sub. Thank you, Matt, for all your love and your support. We are almost exactly 300 from Naked Snake and Naked Zia. I appreciate you. I'll get the Rumble rants here in a little bit. Billy Hatcher says I work in valet and they don't always tip me, but there are some car owners that are known to not tip at all. Yeah,
I'm curious who those car owners are. If it's like what specific cars it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dodge Charger.
in England,
Magno.
you know, the waitress was right at Red Lobster. There is no tipping culture here in England because we have a minimum wage whereby, you know, generally speaking, you're on minimum wage, you're still able to afford what you need in terms of where you're at, fair enough. But I found myself tipping more and more these days, because of my exposure to the American tipping culture, being over there a few times now, but also B, I don't know what it's like in America because I've only visited for holiday, but over here there is a cost of living crisis. People are struggling at the moment to pay for bills, food, because inflation is just at an all-time high. The problem is, though, is that wages aren't increasing to compensate for that. So sometimes, I mean, in winter at the moment, people are literally choosing between either heating up their house or eating. It's getting that desperate. So not to flex or anything, but just to keep it 100, I'm tipping more than usual now because I'm in a fortunate place to be able to do that and help just a little bit more where I can. Because again, going back to our conversation earlier on, there's all these charities out and about that's there saying, you know, we're going to help those that are, you know, are in need, that are struggling at the moment financially, this, that, and the other. 9 times out of 10, you really don't know where that money's going to now. So I would rather just, you know, hand it to that person that really needs it because I know that it's going to where it needs to go.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
100%. And the thing is, in America, is there's this weird, there's like this tug and pull from people, and there's a lot of people that want a minimum like wage for servers, but this causes an issue. So all my friends and my ex-wife were servers for years, and we live in a really big city and whatnot, and they would make on Saturdays over $1,000 just on a Saturday. So they were making them 50, 60, 70 grand a year as a server. And people that were like never servers really wanted a minimum wage for servers, like a $15 an hour wage. The issue is a lot of people in America are looking for a reason to not tip ever again. And a $15 an hour is equating to like 38 grand a year versus like 70 or 80. So I had all these friends that vehemently was against this. They were like, please, for the love of God, do not institute a minimum wage because I'll be fucked.
Well, and I'll tell you this too. If you want service to get dramatically worse, introduce a $15 minimum wage for servers and get rid of tipping. Think about when you go to McDonald's because they're getting paid $15 an hour, and think about how fucking terrible your service is. You get fast food service. It's not worth. waiting tables is not easy. If you're a good server and you give a shit, it's actually very stressful and it's fucking super high demand. And it's one of those things that if it's not worth it, the good people wouldn't do it.
Yep, and they'll do it as a career. But maybe my hope is that a wage could be established that's like an average based on the people that work there and maybe your service, and you can get your regular tips. And because I'm just afraid that people that are making 80 grand a year are going to suddenly be making 30. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't really care either way. I just want people to make more money.
Right,
Like,
because then that also stimulates the economy, because guess what those people that are making 80 grand a year are doing? They have disposable income, so they're spending it. It's better for everything. If you're making less money suddenly, like Steph was saying, because cost of living is going up and wages aren't matching it. Steph, same thing is happening here too, by the way. It's like it's also getting pretty bad. It's going to be where people are spending money on essentials and essentials only, and that's how the economy gets completely fucked.
And the way we're fixing it over here is we're just raising taxes on everybody.
Yeah,
Love
and
it.
it's helping a lot of that money overseas.
Also fantastic.
My property tax has went up like 600% in the last 4 years.
Yeah,
unheard of.
A lot of
shit.
fucking control. Yeah,
like I'll never forget. I thought $600 a month was a lot. Or sorry, I thought $600 a year was a lot in property taxes. Last year, mine was $8,000 this year. This last year, $8,000 went up that much in just since 2019. It's unbelievable, right?
And that's just property taxes. Then you're looking at income taxes.
Yep.
Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, you're good. I have a buddy of mine who he works in construction, and so his family lives on like a giant like compound. I know it sounds bad. It's not like that kind of a compound, but they have like a ton of property, and they're like beachfront because they got it like years and years and years ago from their grandparents. So he built this beautiful, really nice house with everything he wanted. He did flooring, all this stuff like that. And then of course, like then an appraiser like basically comes out and tells him this is how much you got to pay a year in taxes. And every year, like it has gotten worse and worse. And the last time I talked to him, he goes, dude, I don't know if I can ever retire because I don't think I could survive just property taxes. He pays more than some people pay in a mortgage just in property taxes because they're like, well, you live so close to the lake and it's such a nice house. And it's like, it's awful. And I'm like, dude, like, this is insane.
Somebody in the chat asked if did my evaluation of my house go up? No, my house doubled in price. So my property taxes theoretically should double in price, right? Not go up 6 times over. That's my point. Like I would understand if my property taxes were $2,000 now, but they are not. They're $8,000. That's quite the increase. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I already pay an ass ton of state tax.
That's
insane.
The thing that bothers me when you think about all the time, when you actually start to think about it. This is where I go on my fucking rants, and I gotta calm myself down. But no, when you start to think about how much you get taxed on your income, and that's state and federal taxes, and then you get taxed on the money that you're spending on money that you already got taxed on. And then when you're buying a house, you're also paying property taxes. You're paying goods and services. You're getting taxed on that, on money that was already taxed. If you pass down money to your kids, that's also getting taxed after it was already taxed. Like the amount of taxes that are getting taken for everything is getting out of fucking control. And what was it? World War II that taxes, was it World War I or World War II? And they were like, well, we just need
income
this.
Tax, yeah.
Income tax. Yeah.
It was temporary.
It was temporary. It was fucking temporary.
It was forever. It was temporary forever.
How are we still like, I would go to war for this.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's never happened.
There is not a party that wants it. Like they claim they do. There is like, conservatives in our country claim at one point that they wanted to abolish it. That's never gonna happen. No one wants that. They all want their money. The military budget's overinflated, and the government budget's overinflated. When my ex-wife worked on base back in the day, they would put like bids out for government jobs for contractors, and they would need a 12 by 12 room painted, like a storage closet, 12 by 12. And they would contract it out to like the highest bidder. And it would be like 25 grand for somebody to come in there for an hour and paint a room. 25 grand, 10 grand per receptacle of the wall, $10,000 for like a $20 receptacle. And that's where your taxes go. They don't go to roads. Sorry, gas tax goes to that. They're not going to your schools. Eat my ass. Stop being silly. Your income tax is all going towards government overblown budgets. It's all it's going to.
I used to work in restoration, and so like I used to do all kinds of stuff. And there was an army base that they built in a terrible area. They were told not to build it there, and they did anyways. And so the bathrooms and the toilets were all back up, and we would always pick up those jobs because at the time, like I wasn't a contractor at that time, and I wish I would have been, but like they paid out the ass. Like we would just upcharge them on everything because they'd pay it. They didn't care. They were like, oh yeah, yep, those are the guys. Yep, you just come in there for like 2 hours of work, and then I go home, and we'd make like a huge profit on everything because virtually next to nothing. They don't give a fuck at all.
They'll just pay it. They'll just completely pay it out. Mark Reality says, I'm Gen X. I remember 9/11 like it was yesterday, and I remember the Red Cross and the United Way walking off with $1 billion each and facing no consequences from either political party. Well, that's because a lot of those people on the chairs of those organizations are politicians. Thank you, Mark Reality. I appreciate you. That's just you can't avoid that shit. It'll always be that way. Xander says, Steph, I was the Asian guy at round 1 meetup and tagged you when Cody was looking for a guest. Hope you and Nick are show soon. Also, cool Totoro. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, Xander, how's it going?
I like how you can put Nick Ricada and just put Nick R and it's almost the N-word. Thank you, Xander. Appreciate it. Which is totally up to scuff exactly for Nick. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, it took me a second when I first met Nick to know what was going on because people show up in my chat and they're like, "What's up, Nick R?" And I'm like, "What's going on here, man?" It's like, oh, wait a minute.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Like, wow.
You trying to get me banned? I feel like you're trying to get me banned. Michael Kinney says, I'd love to actually talk taxes. Shit is a lot worse than you guys might realize. Greatest living expenses, taxes. Taxation ain't even theft, as somebody said in tax. It is extortion. Theft means that you just don't have your money. Extortion means you go to prison. Well, thank you, Michael Kinney. I appreciate you. Old Nerdy. If I frequent an establishment, my rule of thumb is that I will take care of people who handle my food. It makes me feel better. Old Nerdy. I agree with that. That's a good sentiment. Thank you, Old Nerdy. I appreciate you. And that puts us 280 till naked snake / naked Zia, Sean. I agree with that 100%. I was walking through the gym the other day, Sean, and it was brutal. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it's like a bodybuilding thing, but all my bodybuilding fans have it. Like, where you're just like, man, my ass itches. Yeah. Like all the time. It's like, what's happening? Is it like there's like some protein synthesis happening in my asshole ring? It's brutal.
I don't have any problems in my butthole. What's going on with you
guys?
Well,
you're a woman.
But I eat a lot of protein.
You wouldn't get it. You're
yeah, no.
I need balls.
You eat 100 grams per day, maybe. I eat like
I eat 160. Thank you very much.
160. Wow, it's almost half of me.
I know. I'm trying to get guns.
Yeah, it has
the
to
shelf ain't gonna build itself.
That comes right out my asshole.
Yeah. Just
no one is in my butthole. It's all fine and functioning perfectly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well,
this is how you know that
it's a one-way system only. It's an exit track. That's it. I already tried. They're like 4 times. Once with my ex, 3 times with doctor with colonoscopy, never again. And I'm counting those colonoscopies as well because you know they really go up.
Some people love it. I don't know why, dude. I'm not.
Thank you.
I think it's a nightmare, but dude, some dudes and women love it. I'm just like, dude, just get it away from me. Like, I don't want
not enough lube in the world. Not enough fucking lube in the world. We tried a whole freaking tub of lube, and I'm still like, dude, I feel like I want to shit this out. Stop, we're done. Game over.
Yeah. It's weird because I've had times where it's been enjoyable and times where it's fucking awful. And that's why I stopped because I was like, I never know what I'm going to get. I don't think this is worth it.
It's the ultimate gamble.
Feels like it's oh my goodness.
I don't understand what's wrong with the old fashioned slobber pocket. Like, why does it have to go to ass? Like, is it like a demoralizing thing? It's all to demean the person.
No, I've heard like, hey, that's another hole. That'd be fun. Listen, if you could make an ear work, there's guys that would make the ears make ears happen. Like they'd just be like, "Yo."
Well, Japanese guys can do that, but like,
that's true. Yeah,
ears. The whole old saying all kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. I'll never understand it, but
even in golf, guys, even in golf.
Yeah, I remember when I was growing up, there was this girl, and she was friends with one of my ex-girlfriends, and that was all she would want to do. She was like 100% anal, no matter what, nothing else. And I'm like, wow.
Really?
Did you ever see her fully naked?
No.
Then she probably had a dick, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You probably had one of those really gross. Sorry. She probably had one of those Audi vaginas that you could swing from.
Oh no.
You're like, you don't want to look at it,
please.
Yeah, I don't want to look at that. Oh Jesus! Oh, fuck! It looks like somebody sneezed. Jesus. Looks like somebody put a grenade like in a fucking grapefruit. It just exploded.
Yeah.
Looks like an Ood's face from Doctor Who. Yeah, see, Zia got it. Thank God.
Damn.
No one ever gets that because an Ood is like kind of like a once a fucking season guy.
Yeah, the
Oh, no, I
Oods
know
come
what
in
you're
a
talking
couple
about
of
now.
times.
Got their
but yeah,
flukes.
they're
Yeah.
little flukes.
Yeah. Just
They're
looks
kind of
like
like Zoidberg.
just got a bunch of
All
labias.
about Zoidberg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of, yeah, alien labias.
God. Yeah. People in the
They have
chat.
surgery to fix that, you know.
Yeah, they just slash your labias off, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Well, the labia minora, the inside labias. Right?
Yeah,
Just
not
throw it in
the-
trash. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
just
throw
throw it in the fucking trash. Get them
Like,
labias out of my
All
face.
right, get this
I
off
don't
my
need this
table.
shit. They're like, do you want to keep your labias? No.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep
gone.
them, make them into a necklace. No, I'll never forget, man. There was this old website back in the day, back like with there was like stupidvideos.com and all those old, like when I was like a teenager. And there was one called eFucked, and I think it's still around for some reason, but it was called eFucked. And there was this one video, and it was like this Asian lady, man, and she was an attractive lady. And dude, like the point of the video was like she like bends over or some shit, and her like labias are not only are they not symmetrical, they're like curled and like a foot long and just slapping around.
No.
And I was like, this is unbelievable. Like somebody
No.
needs to do something. Like tie that shit to a
Curled and a
doorknob.
Do my labias hang low? Do they want to?
Oh god. Like
I'm
literally
sorry,
just
that tune just came into my head. Internet, you're welcome.
God.
5 o'clock in the morning for me as well, you know. So
Have you been
I'm
up all night?
talking about dangling labias. No, dude, I'm tie that bitch to a doorknob and slam it, rip it off. Don't need that shit here no more. You know, Zia?
Yeah.
You know there's a procedure, Zia, right?
Yeah, I know there's a procedure.
I'm just saying.
I'm thinking
Benefit
about it.
you. It
yeah,
benefit you
like the
greatly.
design of vagina or something. They call it like the designer vagina over in the UK. Is that what you're talking about?
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make it look like looks like a little McDouble from McDonald's, but like on the ad, not the actual one, the ad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'll fucking munch on that bastard right now.
Apparently, like you can make yourself a virgin again with a designer vagina and everything.
Wait,
Yeah, we need to do that.
what?
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
I
Yeah,
wanna have to
and, like
floss
everything
with your
can be
labias.
tightened up again, so you're not like a KFC family bucket anymore and all that.
Oh, I
lot.
love that.
No, dude,
just cram it all back
Which,
in
by the
there.
way, I don't
You
need
just
that.
Staple
So
it shut.
I'm good.
yeah,
Put it out there, you know.
I don't prefer like
I like the KFC bucket up here, not down there. You know what I mean?
I like a little bit of
Not base,
headroom.
not below.
Okay? I like a little bit of headroom because like I'll fucking last 12 seconds. 2 pumps, bro. If
Two
that
pumps,
shit's
yeah.
biting too hard, I'll be dead. If it squeezes,
Dude,
dude,
do you need to go to the doctor? Do you have
I'm just a
problems?
weakling. I'll be pumping, right? And I have to stop. I'll be like, oh fuck, I gotta stop for a second. And then she'll do the little fucking squeeze thing and it's over. I'm just like, oh shit.
What have you
Bitch,
what have you
bitch.
done, you bitch? Like,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
They do the squeeze. Don't ever do the damn
I told
squeeze
you
when
to
I'm facing
wait.
myself.
I
Oh,
needed
Camelot,
time.
you disappoint me.
Don't squeeze.
You disappoint me, mate.
Speaking of disappointing me, it's my boy Nick R
Hey!
with $100 super chat. Look at these 3 beautiful women in that sexy man beast epic body. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. Putting us 150. 150 to Naked Snake, 650 to Fight Milk. Thank you so much, Mr. Nick Ricada Law. Coming in with a red boy, the 3rd or 4th one of the night. I appreciate you so much. He also dropped an orange boy because he just wanted to give it a little bit more of a tug and pull. 20 for my favorite Scotswoman, Steph. She's definitely not from Yorkshire.
No, I'm not from Yorkshire at all. No, that fantasy's been ruined. Thanks, Nick. No, it's cold. It's frosty. It's Gucci. Thanks for asking. Oh, by the way, when you invited me on, you're supposed to tell me what topic you want to talk about and when you want to invite me on your channel. So, you know, get on it, dog on it. As
There you go. Yeah.
Hearing
Yes.
that with that accent is my favorite moment of the night.
Thank you, Nick.
That's great.
Appreciate you, Nick. Coming in strong.
Shazia,
We gotta clip that.
my life is now complete.
It all worked out. Nick with 2 giant, goofy, delicious super chats. Mark Reality says, I wish we could have full, honest audits of the federal and state governments regularly posted on the internet so we can find out where all the taxes are really going.
Yes.
To be fair,
yes,
Mark,
Yes.
that does sound great, but who will be responsible of the audits? You
AI.
know who's going to be
We need
responsible.
AI to come in and take over because humans are trash. We will never ever have a truly good functioning society unless we can somehow find a way to get rid of greed and corruption. And we're not going to do that because humans fucking suck.
Agree. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Skynet?
Yeah. Yes, they seem like they're doing good work.
Oh, okay, right.
You just found out Z is fucking AI too. Yeah.
There's a guy in my chat right now. This West guy. This guy worked with me at GameStop like 15 years ago.
Oh shit.
We had a regular.
Is he all right, or is he a dickhead?
Oh no, he's fine now. I mean, I'm sure he's fine. He was great back then, yeah. But he said, when are you getting Kevin Swiderski on the live show? So Kevin Swiderski was this guy that used to come in my store, and poor bastard. Oh my god, this dude was awful. Like I don't think he knew any better, but God, he sucked. He'd come in and he called me Josh every day, and my name's not Josh, and it never has been. No one's ever called. He'd come in the store and he had this freaking voice, and he'd come in and be like, "Hey, Josh, hey," and I'm like, "My name's fucking Cody." Like every time he has a name tag. There, he just got me every time. And this one time, I actually made a video about this years ago, but I didn't mention his name. He always told us he was dating like Playboy models because he's just fucking lies overtly. But I let him be in the Call of Duty tournament, and then he got beat and he started crying. So I let him I let him just like roll over to the next fucking round. Got beat again, starts crying again. It starts like swinging like as a 5'2" little crazy man at like this giant man. He's like swinging at him, and I'm like, "Fucking Kevin, stop!" It was awful, fucking awful little man. But he couldn't help it. But damn, what a fucking little
man.
He ruined my day. No, there was this one time we had this guy working, and he was trying to like fuck with him, and he was like talking about like all these like 12-year-old girls like that Kevin was hanging out with, and he's like, "Yeah, I hang out with all of them," because he would kind of just agree with whatever. And he was like apparently hanging out with all these like girls that were like young, like 12, 13 years old, and then like he just said he screwed all of them. He was like, "Yeah, I screwed all of them." And then like this guy was like, "So you're a pedophile is what you're saying, Kevin? You're a pedophile." He also said his uncle was Hulk Hogan.
Is this guy just like extremely autistic on the spectrum, or is he like what the fuck?
Yeah, something like that. So I don't even know, to be honest, but it was wild time to be alive. Slosher, I appreciate you. Says, can they give? Yeah, it's a crazy time. It's fucking crazy. This is a long time ago. Can they give girls surgery to get Arby's double roast beef? Why would you want to do that?
Slosher wants them bigger. Slosher's like,
all you gotta do, Slosher,
girls surgery to get an Arby's double roast beef. What does that mean?
It just means
bigger.
Go the other way.
Bigger meat flap.
Oh, to make it bigger. So like a double KFC family bucket. Why would you want to do that where you can't
make it like just like thrown up? All you gotta do is put a glove on that's got like fucking like roof tiles or shingles on it, and just punch that bitch over and over.
Punch those meat curtains.
Why does it sound like experience? He's like, "I'll loosen you up. It's fine."
Yeah, dude,
I'm not fisting. No.
Yeah. The Great American Challenge, bro. All you gotta do is
not enough lube, guys. Not enough lube.
Dudes can handle it. I don't know what it is. Like, vaginas can only go to like a certain, depending on your genetics, go to like a certain like amount. Like I've seen dudes sit on bedposts, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what is going on with those guys? Because they don't give a fuck.
They can put beach balls in their ass.
Hey, fair play. Do you?
Fucking be putting glass bottles and shit, and they break, and then
that's a brutal video,
bro. That video is fucking awful. Bro.
So much blood, man.
It's so bad, bro.
And didn't he drive himself to the hospital too? Like
he
I found out after that.
Yeah, he did it.
This guy's like, "This is a Saturday night for me. I do this every week."
He saved his own life.
Oh, Mr. Hands.
You all talk about blood. I saw a video, right? I saw a couple actually. One video, this one time, this girl, and she was kind of lowering herself onto like this glass bottle, and then it entered her vagina and it cracked.
Oh, God.
And then that then happened. And then the other two times, no blood, but when I was about 18 years old, I was at university working at nightclubs and stuff like that behind the bar whilst I was at university. And as we were doing like the stock take and stuff, I saw people like huddled around this phone, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And they're trying to hide it from me because I was like the baby of the group. I was like, "Nah, I want to see this." People, right? Peeing on each other, and other people like shizzing in each other's mouths, and apparently people get off on that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Who
scat
knew?
porn. I'll never
Yeah,
understand it.
that's a level 4. We don't. Yeah, don't ever go to level 4. That's a bad place to be.
God.
I'm like, I don't need to go to level 4. That's okay by
No,
me.
That's a bad
Look,
place to be.
I don't judge people for what they do in the
No.
bedroom. It's not my business. I don't care what your kinks are, but sometimes
Listen,
I don't
at
want to
some
know
point,
about it, you know?
yeah, at some point, like I get the whole not judging thing. At some point, though, you go like, bro,
You do kind of
like, are
gotta
you
judge
okay?
at certain levels.
Like, are you all
Yeah.
right, bro? Like, what are you doing with your life, man? Come on, I don't even.
What?
Yeah,
How do you even get to the level of degeneracy? Because like
yeah.
I'll have friends and they're like into the most fucked up. I'm like, dude, like all I need is a good slobber pocket and I'm good to go. We'll order a pizza, smash pisser, and then I can go to bed. I don't know how these people are like, yeah, dude, like to get off, somebody has to tie a shoestring around my balls, put a mask on, put their thumb in my ass while I'm fucking them, and then
see the
I
problem
got to
with
turn
this,
on The
yeah.
Shining, like the
Oh,
TV
yeah.
one, not the movie one. And I'm like, what? And they're like, and they have to be like a sub as well because I'm a dom, and I'm like, fuck off. This is all gay. You're gay. Stop being
That's
gay.
a lot of work. I couldn't be bothered with all of that. It's
I just
a
need
lot
to
of
hear the
work.
Mortal Kombat
That's
music.
so
and I'm
Go
good.
have fun. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
why all that accoutrement? Like,
Just
I
be
could've-
dripping. Just
I'm
be a
with
little
you
soggy.
guys. Although I wouldn't say no to a golden shower just because I need to know. I just
What?
need to know.
Oh my God, Zia.
I
See,
need to
that's
know
the thing,
if I
though.
like
That's
it.
not like a level. That's not necessarily. So I have like a scale. I've explained
Okay,
this to
all
some
right,
people.
okay.
It goes from 1 to 4, but the thing is, there's 1 is just 1. 4, there's a soft 4, and there's a hard 4. But poop, a lot of blood, all that stuff. That's a 4.
What about golden showers?
That's like a hard 3. You're really like encroaching on a 4
Towing
there.
the line.
Because you're like, yo, like, listen, what about this pee-pee? And you're like, okay, like, listen, pee-pee's kind of gross, but like, you know, I don't know, like, you could see it accidentally happen, and some guy's like, oh, she accidentally peed on me, now I'm kind of into that thing. But like, there's no accidental, like, bro, she just shit all over me, and now I can't not have that. I need it. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
The Cleveland Steamer.
Not
Yeah.
in my mouth, just on me somewhere, because I think that
Oh, it
could
goes in your
actually
mouth,
be
that's
kind of
definitely
fun.
a 4.
Yeah, that's
like,
a lot.
I've done
But
drank this. Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want it in my mouth. But
Yeah.
I think that I could maybe like it, but I don't know until I try it.
Most people nowadays, it used to be like everybody was like in the 1 category. Most people nowadays, it's like 2, like a soft 2. People are like, oh, I've tried all kinds of kind of fun stuff or whatever. But
Yeah,
No,
soft
I'm-
too.
I don't need much, man. I
Where
just
does-
need like a fat ass and like a slobby pocky, and I'm good, bro.
Just
I don't need any-
Slobby Pocky.
Yeah, I don't like know why people need all this fucking extra shit. Xander says, Cody, did you hear Melanie likes Sam Fisher more than Snake? I guess that's why you can't be together. Not because of religion, right? Yeah, no, yeah,
nothing
that's
to do with her faith.
I agree. No, Sam Fisher's fine, but like Snake's like iconic.
Yeah.
Sam Fisher's just a guy that's like sneaky, you know.
Yeah.
Although I will say the stealth in Splinter Cell games is way better than Metal Gear, obviously.
That first game is still goated. Some of the
It's fucking
details,
unbelievable.
it's insane.
Even
Yeah.
that, and I loved Pandora tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't beat like the over the top Hideo Kojima writing. Like, he's just impossible. And I love those games just because the dialogue's so silly. All of it's so great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Xander. I appreciate you. Y'all need Leanne Starr on as a consultant. I've been meaning to get her on for like a year, and I just haven't.
I love Leanne.
I accidentally deleted my notepad that had all my guests I wanted to come on in the future. I had like 25 names, and now it's just my book. And I accidentally hit save, and now they're gone, and it's just my book. So I'm like, got several chapters of my book, and
You got to send me your new chapters. I've only read chapter 1 and 2.
I will.
What are the books about? What's the book about?
It's about like a future post-apocalyptic like space Amazon picker guy, but it's not Amazon. It's just it's like a similar like job title kind of. But it's like really dangerous and shit, and it's pretty funny. It's
Sounds cool.
It's got a lot of
Can you
cool
send it
stuff
to me?
going on.
Is it hyper violent?
Oh yeah, well it's gonna be hyper violent. Yeah,
Like Invincible, kind of uber violent?
it'll be violent, but it's more. I think it more airs on the horror side than it does like actiony. I
Like,
want it to be like spooky.
limbs flying about and aliens eating people and shit?
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen. Yeah.
That
There's
one.
definitely gonna be somebody getting their ass eat for sure. You
That
really-
excitement.
Like,
Yeah, that's the worst-
seriously,
like, that's the worst thing
my
in the
kind of
apocalypse.
comedy are horror films. Like, I'll go to I went to see Saw X, and I was laughing my ass off with all the traps and people getting killed and limbs flying and everything, and people are looking at me thinking, why the fuck are you laughing right now, you psychopath?
I knew there was.
It's my kind of humor. I think it's funny as shit. Now, if someone's doing that in real life and limbs are flying, like I'm horrified, don't get me wrong, so I ain't no psychopath, let me put it that way. Well, I'm just laughing my shit off all day long. I think it's the funniest thing ever. The more violent, the better.
Speaking of that,
knew
Steph,
there was a reason I liked you as soon as you got in here.
speaking of that,
Hey!
this is kind of unrelated, but it kind of just popped in my head. And like the state of humanity right now is you had men that were 18, 19, 20, 21 storming the beaches of Normandy, watching their friend that they've probably like spent their whole life with through buddy systems. Like they watched their head turn into mist and fall on the ground.
Yeah.
And like limbs flying, people dying all around them. They barely survive, go on through the rest of the war, barely survive, get home, and 20 years later they're like smoking a cigar and fucking, you know, raising their children and, you know, making their way through life, going to work. And those people like held up society, and they had to come back from absolute horror and nightmare that they didn't even think was like humanly possible. And now you have men that like they'll get trauma over their best friend saying they're short. And now like they can't, they're like, I can't comment on people's looks because it gives me anxiety and stress and I start having a panic attack. And I'm like, are you fucking joking right now? When I hear people judge other people, I have a panic attack. I'm like, you are a bearded 38-year-old man who's 6'4". What the fuck you doing? Like your great-great-grandfather saw his friend explode into pieces, and then he just raised his family after and smoked cigars and went to work and did what he was supposed to do. And now you're fucking having panic attacks because this bullshit. It's crazy.
What 6-foot bearded men are, you know, it's interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen this in real life. I'm very curious if I'll run into this because I know I told my gym stories earlier. Now, this is a gym. Maybe it's because the only people that I interact with outside of my creator friend group, like my friend group, is at the gym because I don't go anywhere and I don't fucking do anything. I go to the gym, I come home, I work, I stream, I sleep, I eat, I go back to the gym. Like that's my whole life every day. So the only people that I interact with are at the gym. And I don't know, maybe it's just because it's a bunch of fucking like dudes who are into lifting and taking care of themselves. But thank fucking God I haven't seen that there. Like anybody that I've interacted with, I haven't seen that. I want to know where these dudes are.
If they got their hair up in a man bun, they're like that.
I've never seen a man bun.
They're always like that. They're always like spiritual, future, like thinking really in depth about everything and like nature and stuff, and also crying.
Hippies.
Yeah, they're like modern day hippies, but they have not been through anything.
But they haven't been through anything. Yeah, the natural state of like hippies before was like, hey, government's kind of fucked up, and we don't really like what's going on, and like maybe we could just like live on a commune and get the fuck away from here, and like just bang each other in the woods. And then now it's like, well, I just don't like, you know, I need my life validated by everybody, and I need you to like me, and I need everyone to like me. It's like, I'm sorry, people don't like people. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah. That's just, well, it's this is the previous generation that raised us, and like we were in the happy-go-lucky era. It was the whole a weak man create like bad times. Somebody in the chat said men went through shell shock. Matt Fauchen. Yeah, they suffered throughout their life for sure, but they still were accountable and still were responsible for their own lives. My point is, you have men that are in their 30s, and they quite literally don't really have real trauma, and they are like people made fun of my my nose when I was in 8th grade, and now like I have panic attacks when people mention noses around me. Like that's fucking psycho. That's what I'm saying is like people have watched their friends die like in past years and kept striving for better for their life and taking care of people. And you have people that now that like you call a woman fat or a person fat around them, and it's like, you've triggered my trauma. I'm like, dude, you're a giant man. What do you mean I triggered your trauma? You're not a woman. You're like, stop talking like that. You're freaking me the fuck out. Johan Noxos says hello gays and Zia. Glad to see you're feeling better, Zia. All hell the epic verse. Can't wait to see Godzilla -1. Dude, Johan, Godzilla -1. I saw it last night. One of the better movies I've seen in like 5 years.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Y'all are really making me want to go watch this movie. Also,
I've heard it's really fucking good. So
I gotta go see it.
Thank you, Johan. Appreciate you. That puts us almost exactly 100 from Naked Snake, Naked Zia. We're almost there for the 9th Camel Thoughts in a row.
Hell yeah.
Can you believe it? Jimmer Jamber says, The scene of the medic and Saving Private Ryan dying still gives me chills. His
Oof.
last words being "Mama" after
Oh,
talking about how he never got a chance to connect with her more is in the previous scene. It's brutal.
the opening scene to Saving Private Ryan, too, literally when they get on the beach.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I watch that movie to put my fucking life in perspective.
Yeah. It's when I went to school, the only trauma that I've ever suffered is my entire time in school from the moment I was like 11 till I quit school. I was obese, and people fucking railed me for it. And it hurt. It broke my heart when I was a kid. But now I look back on it, and people can call me fat right now. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me at all. Like not even a little. And I use like those experiences as when I was young to drive towards like working out, fitness, dieting, and like bettering myself in every way other than fitness, but also including fitness mainly. And like I don't look back on it and like have trauma. I don't see a gym and like have a panic attack because gyms equals fitness equals me used to be fat, right? Like people make all those connections. And I use my trauma to better myself. Whereas some people are like they use it as an excuse to act like fucking psychos, in my opinion. So like
it's I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a weird thing. Like so, like for me, I've talked about this on other streams and stuff like that. I have like a really bad anxiety issue. I've had it since like I didn't know that that's what it was until like I was a lot older. Like I don't know, it was like 5 years ago or something. Because like anytime like I'd ever get in any kind of conflict, I got in fights all the time in high school and stuff like that. And after fights, I'd get like the shakes really bad and all kinds of shit like that. And I was like, what is that all about? And I like learned later, like, oh shit, like that was anxiety, and that's probably why I had some issues that I did have when I was growing up and stuff. But like nowadays, like the thing is like one of the things that you learned, and I learned in high school, and part of this was like being in sports and stuff back when sports were still like about driving yourself and pushing yourself and stuff, was like, listen, it doesn't matter your circumstances. Like if you have a job to do, like when you're playing like football for whatever, like you're on a team, your team needs you to fucking perform. They don't give a like, it doesn't matter. Like, you just got to fucking go out there and do it. And you got to do it to the best of your ability every single time. When you're tired, when you're exhausted, when you're scared, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, it doesn't matter. Like you got to put that stuff aside. And like that stuff sucks. Like it's hard, like, but like, you know, like you're saying, like you can't let it shut you down. The people that shut down are the people that will find themselves in situations where a bad thing happens and they just stand there watching and don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't want to be that kind of person. And like every guy, like, you know, wants to like have that heroic fantasy about like, oh, something bad would happen and I'd rise to the occasion. But part of that is just a mentality that you have to have about yourself in general. Like, you know, you're at work and you don't want to fucking go to work, but you have to. You gotta fucking provide for your family, or you gotta do a thing that you don't want to do. Like shit, I've had stupid stuff happen. I've had fucking pipes break in the middle of the night, and I don't want to go out there like and fix my fucking pipes, but you just fucking do it, and it sucks, and you're cold and you're frustrated, but you got to do it. And nowadays, like there are people that would be the worst thing in the world to ever happen to them, and they completely fall apart. I've seen it happen. I've seen people, grown men in their own fucking houses, like having a fucking meltdown because their house flooded or their bathroom flooded, and they don't know what to do with themselves. And you're like, dude, like chill. Let's figure this out first, and then like let's keep moving. Like there's always something you can do to like do something, like fucking do something, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's
you're your biggest enemy, and you're also the only person that's capable of getting through moments like that. You know, I've been through some shit. I've been through some fucking devastating shit, like hitting fucking wrecking and racing. Fucking dude going over 120 miles an hour and hit me and flinging my car into the air like it was a damn rag doll. Been through all that shit, and you have to just take a breath and understand that you are the only person that's responsible for your emotions and how you like fix things. When shit breaks, it just, dude, I had my speaking of like small stuff, I had my dishwasher break like when I first bought this new house. My dishwasher, I just turned it on and it started flooding my kitchen.
Oh yeah.
So I turned it off and I was like, oh shit. And instead of me like freaking out, I just like sighed and pulled it out and turned it over. And there was just a tube on the bottom that had came loose. I got a new C-clamp for it, fucking clamped it down, put it back up, cleaned everything up, went back up the stairs and streamed. It's not a big deal. But you know, a lot of people are just, they choose to be a demon or a victim of that, especially like you'll be having a party, man. You're having a party and everybody's chilling, everybody having a good time. And then like something triggers like a girl there or something. And she just like starts hysterically crying in front of everybody, and then everybody starts consoling her, and I'm like, I feel like this was calculated for attention. Like,
that's the thing. I know Mike and I have actually commiserated about this on Instagram quite a bit. Because I have fucking horrendous anxiety. Mine got really, really, I started getting, same thing, Mike. I didn't know what it was. I started getting panic attacks when I was 16. I thought I was dying because I didn't know what was going on. Your heart starts beating. You feel like I felt like I wasn't in my body. I'm shaking. I can't breathe. I'm like, am I having a heart attack? I'm 16. I don't understand what's going on. And I didn't know what the fuck it was. And then it got really, really bad when I was about 20. It got like it fucked my life up, where I had like this weird paranoid sort of breakdown where I thought there was drugs in all my food, and I couldn't convince myself that there wasn't. And I would tell myself in my head, I'm like, this is crazy. That doesn't even make any sense. How would it get in there? But it didn't matter. Every time I ate anything, it would trigger that fucking panic response, and I'd freak, and I'd have this horrible panic attack. I couldn't eat. I lost so much weight. I literally lived off of those fucking Nature Valley granola bars for like a year. And I would have panic attacks all day, every day at work. And when I finally started figuring out what the fuck it was, I started seeing someone, I started talking to someone, I started researching it, and I was like, oh, this is an actual thing. And it doesn't necessarily make it easier because you still get them. And I still get panic attacks all the time. I had one at the gym 2 days ago. But the only thing that you can do, and that's something that I think really intense anxiety and panic disorders sort of teach you, is the only thing that you can do is get through it. I know the panic attack's not going to hurt me.
Yep.
I know I'm not going to die. It fucking sucks. It feels terrible, but I just have to get through it, and then I'm going to be fine. And that's so much of what life is, that it's something that you're constantly having to tell yourself. You're like, okay, I get through this, and ultimately I'm going to be okay. But it fucking sucks. And it was, again, it's something that you can't let it stop you from doing things. And for a while it did. For a while it stopped me from doing stuff. I couldn't do things because it would just trigger panic attacks. And it got to a point where I was like, if I let my life continue this way, I'll never be able to do anything.
Yep. You just, like I said, go ahead, Steph.
Sorry, go on. Sorry. Camelot, go on, mate. Go on.
Well, all I was going to say is like, you have to get into the headspace that you are the only person that can prevent and or can be a victim to whatever is happening in your head. And I feel like that's really hard for some people. Like it's hard to come to terms with that, because if you choose to be a victim to anything, you'll choose that route for everything. It's like
everything. Yep.
Dude, I got a good one we can talk about real quick. Sean said what was going through your head when you were when the wreck happened. Nothing. I was sitting on the track. I had just I got sideways and got it straightened back up, was barely rolling. And I looked up in my mirror and I was like, no one hit me, please. And I was like, kind of thinking, thank God no one hit me. And then I look up and my mirror just becomes blocked within like a fraction of a second. And then it was just, what's the word? Combustion?
Combustion, when it, like if it catches on fire?
No. Fuck. It's another word. I conflate these two words. Anyways, it was just like vibration, huge, like
cacophony.
It was big. It was a big hit. And I didn't really feel anything. And then the next day I was bruised, concussive. Yeah. The next day I was bruised as fuck. And my head hurt. And it was pretty brutal. But no, nothing went through my head. It was so fast. But no, speaking of this, let's talk about Vito. So I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Oh,
well, yeah, everybody knows who Vito is.
He's a friend.
This motherfucker.
My old rival Vito.
Oh, Vito. So this motherfucker. I want to preface something real quick. I'm on a cut right now, a diet cut. I do it every year. I did it a little early this year because I am going to be traveling starting February until like November. So I can't cut when I'm traveling. It's just impossible. Too much drinking. So that being said, I'm already down 16 pounds as of today, and I started 3 weeks ago. And my goal was 25, and I should hit that in 2 weeks. So, and it was supposed to be 12-week cut. It may just be an 8-week cut. It looks like. So that being said, it's something that I'm real good at. I'm just real good at cutting weight. Always have been. So Vito is a content creator who is like 400 pounds. He's a huge guy. I don't know. He might not be 400 pounds, but he's fucking huge. And you know, some people, it's fine. Nothing against that, you know, but, Dick Masterson, I think it was Dick Masterson, started a website called VitoLoses.com. And people could donate to this website. And it's currently up to like $1,200 or $1,700 maybe. And basically This website is if Vito can lose 30 pounds in 6 months, he wins all the money donated to the website.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
All of it.
30 pounds in 6 months?
30 pounds in 6 months.
That's nothing, especially
That
when
is-
you're really big.
That is nothing.
That's ridiculously easy when you have a lot of weight to lose.
I'll be down that much by the middle of January, and I weigh a normal weight. Like, and I can cut that much weight. Vito can literally stop drinking soda for a month and he'll lose 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's and that's the crazy thing to me is the willpower involved in this. You could present somebody with money, like a lot of money, and they still can't do it. They just fuck it, I can't. And it's all it is habitual. It's just habitual. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with anything else. People are like, well, I'm depressed. No, motherfucker. It's habitual. It is within your. I was there one day, man. I remember I used to eat a bowl of cereal every night before I went to bed, even if I didn't want one, because it was what I did, right? And it's so hard to break from that habitual nature in your scheduling and changing everything. But once you do it, it's okay. Once you do it for the first time and you realize you can do it, it's easy. It's very, very easy. There's nobody on this planet that loves food more than me. There's nobody on this planet that loves fucking getting blitzed more than me off whiskey, bro. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. But I cold turkey everything for 3 months every year. Except last year I only lost 12 pounds because I suck ass. But the year before I lost 30.
Piece of shit. How dare you?
This year I'll lose.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Where's
This year it'll
Nick?
be 30. And it's just like, it's crazy to me that you can even present people money and they just can't do it. And it comes back to that same mindset. You're the only person that can do it.
Yeah.
Once you understand that, it's easy. You're like, oh wait, I just have to do it. Because if you put it into your mind, oh well, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, you're fucked. You're done.
It's over. Yeah.
You have to be like, I'm doing this, and you won't fail.
Yeah.
And it's easier than people think. I was morbidly obese until I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
And one day I was like, I don't want to be morbidly obese anymore. I'm going to do this, and I did it. And it took me almost 8 months to get down to 140 when I was at 17.
Damn.
I was a scrawny motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then when I got married, I got back up to like 230, and then I started going to the gym when I was 24, got down to 147, and I was cut as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'll just do this every year. So I just started doing it every year and losing 30 pounds was my goal every single year.
I haven't been.
I mean, shout out to my
grade.
Personal trainer. Sorry, guys, I've had to stand up because I'm at where my surgery site is. I can't sit down for too long periods. So hopefully you guys can still hear me all right.
Yes,
Speaking up a bit. But yeah, shout out to my personal trainer because I've been trying to eat healthy since about May time, and I was losing a lot of weight. I went from 10 stone 10 to about 10 stone. Pretty much took on a couple of pounds when I went to LA. I knew it was going to happen. So then I was like, right, enough's enough. I want to do this properly, not on my own. I need some guidance. Let me get a personal trainer. And it were like little things like going from white bread to wholemeal. He has a phrase. If it's not whole wheat, then it's no wheat. So trying as much whole wheat as possible.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I like whole wheat anyway. So changing white pasta to whole wheat has been absolutely easy for me. Changing from white bread to whole wheat again has been absolutely easy for me. I instantly back in May cut out Coca-Cola, cut out soda, and the pounds just dropped off there. So Cody's right, just cut out the Coca-Cola and you're already losing a shit ton of pounds anyway there. I think the one thing that's really kind of, I suppose my Achilles heel is red meat. You know, I'm eating a lot of fish because I like fish anyway, and I like chicken, but I do like beef, like minced meat in my pasta, and not being able to have that as much as I'd like, that's the bit that's killing me, I have to admit.
Yeah, I do that. I love it. I love steak.
What I do with that, steak is so fucking good. But what I do with that is so I can still do it sometimes. I just get and it's not, of course, it's not as tasty because the fat is what makes the meat taste good. But if you get like 97% lean I'll make burgers with that sometimes, or like put it in my pasta, or like make meatballs. So it's still like it's something, and it is healthier, but it does suck because when you can't have just like a T-bone or just like a fatty spinach. Oh,
yeah, dude.
so good.
Oh god,
And
I don't.
saying Chris is saying that my trainer is stupid. Not so much, because in my first week I lost 2.5 kilos.
Look at her. She came at you. She was like, "I'm sorry, bitch. Who the fuck you think you are?" Like,
No,
Yeah.
no, I love ground beef, but I won't eat it on my diet. Just because it tastes too good and it puts me in a weird headspace. I have to kind
Really?
of suffer. I have
So,
to
like, you
kind
don't-
of suffer.
I've this is kind of fascinating to me that you guys don't eat red meat, like when you're trying to cut and stuff, like, because like typically if like, okay, so I used to be like fat when I was growing up, and then like high school I was like, I don't want to be fat anymore, kind of the same thing, and I got fucking jacked, and was like, I went from like 250 when I was doing football, I got down to like 215 or something like that, and I was in really good shape. And then also I got married and got fat. No, I got out of high school, got really depressed, got fat again, and then lost all of that weight. But so I just did fucking like keto, and I lost like 70 pounds in like 3 months. That's the other thing though. Like that's, to your point, once you make the decision to do it and you just stick with it, you can. Like, and it feels good. Like whenever I've ever gone on a diet, just said like, all right, I'm gonna start fucking eating keto. I'm gonna cut out bread. I'm gonna cut out sugar and stuff like that. I lose weight I lost like 20 pounds in like a week and a half before. It's not that difficult when you're heavy. I'm fat as fuck right now, but like,
Yeah, dude.
the thing is, like, it is about the commitment. It is hard. Like, it's fucking hard. But like, one of the things that kind of put that in perspective for me, and this is the difference, and it's hard sometimes to remember that, is like, I talked to a buddy of mine who is fucking shredded. He's like really, really, really in shape dude, and he told me, he goes, dude, I want to eat a burger with fucking a bun on it. I want to go out and fucking eat cake and eat pizza. I see it all the time. It's hard not to eat it, but I also realize that I feel better without it. And so I have to just remind myself, listen, do I want to feel better, or do I want to enjoy this food for this moment in time? And like, he's like, it's a mix of it. He goes, sometimes I indulge, but guess what? If I make an excuse to continue to indulge, that's when I get in trouble. Like, you know, and so I don't know, man. It was a really good thing to like remember, and it's not easy to remind yourself of that. But the thing is, you can't say you can't do it, because that's not right. Like, nobody is in a position where they can't lose weight. Even people that have like severe autoimmune disorders and issues like that make it really hard to lose weight, you can still lose weight. There are diets, there are ways of eating that people will help you.
There are even medications. Like, medications have their place in weight loss for certain people, like people that do have those autoimmune diseases, or people that have actual hypothyroidism. You need to go get medicated for that. You can lose weight, but I think there's, talk to a doctor about certain things like that. I agree with you. I don't subscribe to any diet. I think doing any specific diet is never a particularly good idea, especially if it's not something you think you can keep up for the rest of your life. The only two things that I focus on, and I got a coach who gives me my food. Like, he doesn't tell me exactly what to eat, but he just gives, and he does all my workouts. We do weekly check-ins. It's the best thing I've ever done. Like, the way my body's changed has been amazing. Just having someone holding me accountable and really actually pushing me, because you can get complacent when you're just on your own. And it's been so awesome. But the biggest thing, the only two things that I track and like keep track of, my calories and my protein. And that will change depending on my goals. Right now, I'm quote unquote bulking. I'm trying to build muscle. So I'm eating at almost 2,000 calories. I'm getting close to. So we're eating at a bit of a surplus. Lots of fucking protein, 140 to 160 grams. Yeah, it's a lot. 160 grams a day. But then when I'm going to go to cutting, when we start cutting again, it'll be 1,500 calories. So it doesn't matter what I eat, as long as I get as much protein as I'm supposed to be getting and it fits within those calories, my body will do what it needs to do. I eat carbs every fucking day.
There is nothing, Zia, that makes me want to throw shit more than when people ask me for diet advice, or I maybe eat on the subject matter, and then there's that motherfucker like over there that says, oh, I can't lose weight because either A, I have a condition, or I have a thyroid condition, or B, oh, it's just in my genetics, I can't lose weight. Bro, I want you to point me to the genetics in Auschwitz. Where was the fat motherfucker? He wasn't there. They were all sticks.
No shit.
Yeah.
Seriously, talk about
Sorry,
even
it's not
people
genetics.
who are starving in Africa. They said, well, exactly. That's why starvation mode. People are like, oh, you go into starvation mode. Bitch, that is a myth. If that were true, there would be no people starving to death. It doesn't
And
even make
yeah.
any sense. You don't understand how energy expenditure works.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
thermodynamics. And another thing that like bugs me when I get on this subject matter is people always try to ask me like, which diet am I on? Like, because there's fad diets. Like, there's a gajillion fad diets. There was
So many.
Atkins was the one of before.
Atkins is
The
keto,
fucking-
though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was
Atkins is keto. Yeah.
it's keto, but it's like I think Atkins was higher sugar. I read about this recently, but anyways, there's all these fad diets, and the diet that exists that is the best diet for like it's just the normal human diet, high protein, low carb.
Yeah.
Like in a low you eat at a deficit 1600. That's what I do every cut, 1600, high protein, low carb, no cheats, and I'll make it all the way through. It's super simple, but people will always be like, oh, I tried this new diet. Have you ever tried this new diet? Have you ever tried like fasting diets? Or like, no, I don't try anything. I just do the thing I do. It's just what I it's not even a name for it. It's just do it. I'm like, if you have to try 7 different diet styles because you can't lose weight, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's because you're not sticking to any single one of them. You can do keto and lose a fuck ton of weight.
Fuck ton. And gain
Like
it all
fuck
back
ton.
very quickly.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
It's a high fat thing. It's it's the high fat, medium protein. I think it might be low carb. I don't remember. Anyways,
It's low carb. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
I've
low
never done
carb, high
keto.
fat, high sugar, or high protein. Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, I get on the subject matter and people are like, I just do my diet that I created when I was 25 and I've always done. It's just easy. It's the easiest thing for me. But then you'll get people. There's always justifications and excuses, right? Another justification is diet food is expensive. So I go to Costco. I get a fuck ton of chicken tenderloins, a fuck ton of chicken
They're
tenderloins.
frozen. They're cheap as fuck.
Yeah,
It's like a
they're
whole bag
super
of
cheap.
them for like $7 or something.
Super cheap. Get a bag of jasmine rice, and I mean a fucking bag of it for a couple dollars. Lasts me like 6 months, by the way, and I eat that shit every single day.
I love
And
chicken
then I
rice.
eat without fail. By the way, my diet is the same thing for 3 months straight, no deviation. A lot of people can't do that. It's just what, like I said to Mike, I have to suffer. If I don't suffer,
Well, does it suck to eat that every single fucking day?
it kind of does, but it tastes pretty good.
But I just want to say that because that's what another people. Oh, that's really tough. I couldn't do that. It's like, well, it's not supposed to be fun if you're trying to be healthy.
That's
Like,
the whole
I
point.
mean,
Yeah.
Also,
It
you
sucks.
can make it taste pretty decent if you want.
Yeah.
Cody
Yeah,
just
it's
eats
pretty
it
good.
like that because he likes to suffer.
I
He
like to
said it before.
suffer a
He
little.
likes to suffer,
You
but
gotta
you don't
suffer.
have to. Like I've made like I don't mind, man. Tonight I made myself a turkey burger with one of those Dave's famous, the Killer Dave's bread buns or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
And it was like 6 ounces of turkey, and I just seasoned it up and I put it there. I put 2 slices of the Kraft Singles American cheese, the 2%. It all fit within my calories. I got 150 grams of protein today. It was fucking delicious. I enjoyed I put lettuce, tomato, pickles, ketchup, and mustard on it. One of the best things I've ever had.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, I get jasmine rice for a couple bucks. I get my chicken tenderloins, and then I get a couple cases of egg whites, and this is less than $40, and it will last me like a month.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then people are like, "Well, eating healthy is expensive," and I'm like, "You have no idea what you're talking about. What you're doing is you're getting on DoorDash and you're ordering a grilled chicken sandwich, which isn't healthy. You're ordering a grilled chicken sandwich with a side of whatever, and it's like $19.99 at some restaurant plus a delivery fee. That you have no idea what you're doing. You should be meal prepping. It's way cheaper than not dieting. I promise you that. I've been doing this for years. Dieting is so much cheaper than it is fucking me. Dude, if it's Friday and I'm getting drunk, bro, I'm like, I'm ordering 2 Marco's pizzas, some cinnamon squares, fucking cheesecake from Walmart. All that shit's coming at once, $108 every Friday. Like, dude, come on. I'll get some more whiskey coming. So, it's not at all. Ask Girl says, yeah, calories and protein ratio will keep you honest without driving you nuts. It takes a while to figure out. You'll be hungry as fuck if you don't make the calories count, though. Yeah, that's why I taking that rice will fucking do it.
100%.
Jeez,
If you were eating a bunch of empty calories and you have to have low calories, you're going to be fucking hungry.
So-
Absolutely.
Good point. When I'm playing like Lethal or fucking,
Pickle!
I've been playing Party Animals lately. Fucking hate that game. I'm playing the fuck out of it. No, Ray could not make me play with it with Adam Krigler. Now I can't stop playing it.
Dude,
but
yeah.
I just sit here in between rounds and I'm fucking these up.
Yeah.
I have,
find-
and to show you why, like, there's 0 calories, but like, these things make me way hungrier.
I love pickles.
I'll be eating pickles and I'll be completely content. I'll be eating pickles and my stomach starts growling for some reason. And I'm like, bro, I'm dying. I had to get up and like make some egg whites like at 2 a.m. every night. I make 15 tablespoons of egg whites 2 a.m. every single night. And I like inhale it like I'm breathing. And I'm like, oh, thank God the hunger's gone. And then I go to bed. That's usually what I do every single night. But long story short, you can do it. You just got to push yourself. Renee Galarza believes it because Renee Galarza dropped a pink boy. Oh my God. That puts us $5 from Naked Snake. I can see you. Renee Galarza with an orange boy and a pink. Look at this. Look at these beautiful pink and orange boys. I can't believe this. Can't believe you bitches. I appreciate you guys so much. Let me try to hit a few of these. I've been skipping fucking half of these. I apologize, guys. Xander says, how much did you cry watching Godzilla? Like 3 times. But they were stoic cries. They weren't gay. Okay.
Yeah, you're like,
I looked exactly at Mike. Like, exactly. I was like,
yeah.
That face though, Mike.
the only time I fucking ugly cried or I could not handle it. I don't know if it was because of my headspace. I saw Interstellar in IMAX when it first came out.
Bro, that movie will fuck you up.
That scene where he's looking over his like kids like videos and it cuts to him and I was strong, Mike. I was so strong. I had like that tear welting up and I'm like, I got this. This is gay. Easy. And then it's like cuts. It's going through all of his son's videos and I'm like, well, we buried dad yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then it goes off and I'm like, I survived. And then it shows Matthew McConaughey like reach towards the screen like, oh, it's over. And then all of a sudden it turns on and there's just a lady standing there. It's like an older lady. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like shaking Mike. I'm like, oh no. Oh, fuck. And then she's like, hey, dad. She's like, and I'm like, oh God, oh Jesus. And she's like, I told myself I'd never do this. But I remember before you left, you told me that one day when you came back, we might be the same age. And she's like, today's my birthday. Damn. And it cuts to Matthew McConaughey. She's like, today's my birthday. And it fucking cuts to Matthew McConaughey losing his shit.
Fucking oh my God, dude, that fucked me up.
I was ugly crying in the theater.
Like, what the fuck, man? How am I supposed to? Yeah, bro.
I was like, oh, you can, dude. I was so embarrassed. I was like, please, God, no one look over. And like, I was like doing that thing where I was like,
like what are you fucking looking at?
My mascara is just fucking running. Oh my God, Jesus, please move the scene over. I can't do this, Matthew.
Yeah,
dude, he sold that so good it killed me. And by the way, when he filmed that, he was just somebody was reading the script to him.
Yeah.
And he was acting that. He wasn't fucking watching anything. They were reading the script and they were filming it as they were reading the script and slowly zooming in and they just filmed it all in one shot and he's just losing his shit. Yeah. And I'm like, how did he do that?
He's a good actor.
What's crazy too is that was his first take because they called him the night before and they're like, hey, do you want to look at the script? And he goes, no. He goes, I want to get a good one in before I know what you're gonna say. Bro, he killed it. That's crazy. Yeah, it's one of the best scenes in cinema, bro. You are completely forgiven for that because that fucked me up.
It killed me. That's the only time I've ever ugly cried. Now, at the end of Coco, Zia.
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Skytex, the reason I haven't watched that, by the way, is because Cody. I know Cody's gonna make me watch it.
Oh my God, it's like you've ever seen Coco, Mark?
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God. When he picks up the guitar and he locks the door and he like walks up to Mama Coco and he's like, I have to play. Your father wanted you to hear this. He starts playing it. Mama Coco. She's like, remember me, even though it makes you cry. Remember me. I'm just like, oh my God. And then she starts singing. Oh,
bro, Coco will fuck you up.
Yeah. I'm over here like this.
You better hope I'm on my period when we watch this. Otherwise, I ain't going to cry.
I'm going to tell you right now, you will fucking cry.
You know how much I cry at movies? Not very much.
It wasn't easy. I went and saw me and my wife had seen like previews for Coco. We're like, this movie doesn't look that good, blah, 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 whatever. We're like, we'll finally watch it. We put it on one day. We start watching it. And you get to that scene and he starts playing the song. And I'm like, and then she started singing along. Fucking done. You're done.
Because she has dementia and she's gone at the end of the movie. And then he plays music for her.
What are these kids' movies that they're making? For the love of God.
Bro, this is what Pixar used to do.
Yeah. It's like heart-wrenching, bro. It's not even a kid's movie. It's fucking it's an adult movie. It's like
Pixar.
The fucking it is possible to be too attractive. What is it? Fucking Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Puss in
Oh
Boots.
my God,
Fucking
Puss in Boots: The
2?
Last Wish,
Holy
bro,
shit.
that movie is insane.
I was like, just
My buddy hit
God.
me up. He goes, "Yo, you gotta watch this," and I was like, Puss in Boots 2, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?" I watched it and I was like, "Damn."
Puss in Boots 2 is the only movie that fucked me up without it being sad.
Yeah.
So like, disclaimer: I had a real fucked up panic attack when I was like 26. The only time I've ever experienced anything like this.
It's
I didn't
awful.
think they were real, by the way. I didn't think any of this shit was real.
Anyone who's never had a panic attack always thinks they're not real, and then they have one, and they're like, "Oh."
Well, it took a lot to set it off. Now, so I was, my ex-wife had just told me she was leaving like 3 days ago, 3 days prior.
Damn.
And it was in the middle. It was December 27th, I think. It was like 2 days after Christmas. It was at GameStop during the height of GameStop years. It was fucking brutal. And I remember driving to the bank and everything was awful. I remember I'd be like in the back room and I would like be checking somebody out the register. I'd be doing my thing. Yeah, have a good day. I'd smile on my face. And I would be like, they'd walk out the door and I'd be like, and I would go to the back room and just power cry and then come back up like nothing happened, because it was a fucked up time. It was a really weird time.
Yeah, man.
And I remember driving to the bank, and on my way back, I was like just driving, through a red light or through a green light or intersection. And then I started like out of nowhere. I thought I was having a heart attack, and I was like, "Oh God, this is it! I'm having a fucking heart attack at 27 or 26." And I had to pull over into this random ass place and just sit there and just like everything like was ringing like a grenade went off, and it was just my heart was just pounding, and I was like, "Oh, this is it! I'm fucking dying! I can't believe this is happening." And I, of course, didn't even fucking pick up my phone. I was just accepted it. I was like, "I guess I'm dying," and I just like sit there, couldn't breathe. It was terrifying, and then it went away after like a minute or 2, 3 minutes. I was like, "Oh, okay," and then I just drove back to work. Yeah. Then I realized later what it was. So that hasn't happened since. Because like that was like when it was over for me. I was like, I guess it's over now. That's my closure. And there's a scene in Puss in Boots, and I was watching Puss in Boots for the first time, and the movie's just badass. Like all the themes are adult themes. It is made for like it could appeal to children because children will see something completely different on the screen. They'll see like, oh, it's a scary wolf, right? Yeah, but you don't realize that the wolf is the personification of getting older and not being as good as you were before and facing mortality. That's the whole point of the wolf in the movie. So there's this point where Puss in Boots is fucking running from the wolf and like in the forest, and he starts having a panic attack. And the way that they visually do it is identical to how it is in real life.
Yeah.
And I was like in my, because it wasn't, I don't think it came out in theaters. I think I was watching it in my theater room, and the panic attack scene happened, and like, oof, I was like stoic, just tears.
Bro, it's brutal because you know that feeling, and you're like, fuck.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's straight up like, watching. Yeah, that was
Dude, it killed me. It killed me. Let me hit some of these super chats. I'm talking about stupid shit. Flugy. I started my cut this week, then I got the flu because I need to keep eating unhealthy to stay healthy. Are you goated? Thank you, Fluggy. I appreciate you, dude. Dude, the best thing about dieting is when you get sick, you double down.
Yeah, because you don't eat. I love getting sick when I'm trying to diet. I'm like, yes, I'm not eating for a week.
Thank you.
It's so weird you guys said that because earlier today somebody was talking about that. I was like, just go get a disease. Just don't let it kill you, and then you can lose a ton of weight.
Just go get yourself a nasty strain of COVID. You'll be fine.
Mark of Reality says cold/flu cure. Chop up garlic and put it in a jar smothered in honey. Do not put a metal spoon or any other metal in it. 1 spoon for full day. That sounds like something from like ancient like Renaissance period stuff.
My grandma used to do that. She would chop up garlic and put it in a spoonful of honey and make us take it. It was fucking disgusting.
But was it like a metal spoon?
I honestly don't remember.
Because like that does sound like don't let it touch the metal now because you'll ruin it. Like,
that does sound like an old lady thing, right?
The demons in the metal. Thank you, Mark. Johan, only you can prevent forest fires. Thank you, Johan. I appreciate you. Toasty with emojis. These stuff is so cute. She looks like a tiny Tina or a young Tina Fey. Thank you, Toasty.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It is. Tina Fey is
pretty, yeah.
Tina Fey's hot. She's
hot as hell.
Okay, I'll take it then. Cheers.
Thank you again, Renee. I love you. Mistress Meg says, will Mike's hair be dancing to Naked Snake? I mean, I'm sure you can do it. Look at it. Thank you. Matthew says, can you diet without working out? You guys sound like Noom coaches.
Oh, Noom coaches. I did Noom for a bit.
Can you diet without working out? 100%. You could 100%.
It was horrible, right?
100%. Yeah, you can do it. I prefer working out to keep as much muscle mass as possible. But yeah, you can diet without working out. I did it. The first time I ever dieted, I did it without working out. And I lost like 100 pounds. Sean, show me them titties, Cody. We're there, boys. We hit the Naked Snake, Naked Zia. Now we're 470 from Fight Milk, but we are closing in on the end. It's been a while. We've had a really fun show, and the time passed way faster than I thought it would. Thank you, Sean. I love you. Saul Zia, you are killing it in the gym, and you will have to show Cody my pictures when he comes up. Thank you, Saul. Appreciate
I will. Saw's been killing it in the gym too. In my Discord, he's got like all his workout videos. He lost a bunch of weight too, and he's like has all his protein and his calories and shit. He's killing it.
That's my favorite thing.
I love it.
I see somebody in chat say, "Hey, bro, I've been working out," and they've lost like 80 pounds. I'm like, and they're like, "You inspired me," and I'm like, I don't want to, take any kind of credit, but that is so cool to see when somebody's like, "Hey, man, I bought your channel and now I'm working out and I lost weight." I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude!
Hell yeah!
Thank God, something positive. Thank God." Saul, I love you. Johan, no snake for you. Oh no, we hit it.
Johan with 498. That was when we were 5 away. I see what you did.
Rake and Night. We'll have to do another gaming session with people playing either Party Animals, Lethal Company, or something. Dude, Lethal Company is great. I've been playing the hell out of it. I just want more. I need more because I got to like a $3,200 quota on Lethal Company, and I had people joining. I'd have to rehost it to get people to join my match because we're dying and we're not making quota. So I'd like soft boot it to where I still could try again because you don't want to restart with 3,200 quota. And people would join and be like, "I didn't even know your quotas could go this high." And I'm like, "Oh, we're fucked." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, this is a high quota." And it's so hard. And I'm like, what? There needs to be something else. Once you start hitting these quotas, like something else unlocks, but it is in beta. So thank you, Raken. I appreciate you. I love you. We are 20 likes from the like goal, boys. I need you to like the stream and stop being plebs. Okay. I know 90% of you haven't liked it yet because we had like 800 people in here like an hour ago. Bitches. Stop being bitches.
What the fuck?
I do want to show my gratitude to Steph and Epic Mike for coming on tonight.
Hell yeah.
It was kind of a random. We always do our Saturday show with Zia, but we didn't have a guest lined up, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna invite some peeps. And then Mike messaged me. I'm like, hell yeah. And then Steph was in the chat. I'm like, hell, it's all gonna work out. It was great. Nick never showed up.
Chasing you down for PP picks.
Ratchet in my PJs and whatnot. It's like nearly 6 o'clock in the morning for me. It's like sleep. I don't even know her anymore, guys.
You look cozy as hell.
Yeah. No, that's why Nick super chatted because he felt bad for abandoning us. That's what happened.
What a bastard.
And he should be as well.
Yes. No. Fuck him. No, I'm just kidding. No, me and Dick Masterson joked about Nick the other day, just like lightheartedly, and of course the clip channels clipped out like a 30-second clip of me like joking about it. 30 seconds, bro. Come on, that's some bullshit. Like when you can only show 30 seconds, it's some bullshit. Because I'll be like, I'll joke, and then I'll be like, I'm just kidding. I love that some bitch. And then but they'll leave all that.
They cut that part out. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, apparently I'm beefing with Nick now too. Apparently, according to one of these clip channels. So
yeah, they're always wanting to.
They're like, he's out. And my Epic Mike is out. I thought he was cool with Nick. I'm like, I didn't know I wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Nick doesn't know either that we're not cool. So
yeah, it's so silly. It's so silly. Thank you, Billy Hatcher says game of Jackbox would be fun, bro. I can't play Jackbox because like everything just turns into the N word, and I can't play it.
That's true.
Dude, Quippage, it's over.
Jackbox.
Quippage,
all of them.
I can't play Quippage because it's gonna be like, it's gonna be the N word every time, and I win too. I win every fucking round because of the N word.
Yeah,
you can't beat me because when you can't think of something, just type in the N word.
Yeah, it's
because people that are new to Jackbox, they'll always try to be so clever in Quippage. Oh, I got the most clever shit in the world. And I'm just like, Hitler did nothing wrong, and then the N-word. And I win every round. You got to get good. Okay, you got to understand how this works.
Stupid. Say stupid, dumb shit that's not that offensive, I would say. Personally, could it?
Go hard with it.
You don't be serious about it.
I don't do it online stuff. I'm talking about like if somebody comes over to the house and they want to play Jackbox on my fucking theater screen and we're all drinking. Oh yeah, it's gonna be the N-word for everything.
You got to go as hard as you can
because I'm gonna win that way. I'm trying to win.
Pictionary, you're just drawing dick pics, and it's whatever dick looks the best or the worst. Yeah,
always dicks.
Always dicks. Every time.
Yeah, there was one where it was like a drawing game, and every single person, without asking each other, we all just drew dicks. Every single person. And I'm like, dude, this is so easy.
Yeah,
I approve of the drawing of the dicks.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing. The dicks are so
fair enough. No, with a little bit of detail as well, with the ridges.
One little vein.
Little vein down the side. Yeah.
Really got to get to it. You know, it's an art form.
Wearing glasses, maybe a top hat and a cane.
Well, yeah.
Teeth.
Don't ever,
Briefcase is going to work with the little legs. Like, oh yeah.
never forget the urethra line. It's
Yeah.
the most important thing. The
It's the
urethra
most
line.
important thing, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Pony Up says, do you agree with Nick's advice of total fasting? He says just stop eating, but I've heard it's unhealthy if you're nutrient deficient. I would never recommend fasting because I'm heavily involved in bodybuilding, and I'm not trying to lose muscle mass that took 10 years to make. That sounds suicidal to me.
Putting on muscle is so hard and it takes so fucking long. I'm the same. I'm like, I don't want to lose any muscle.
Yeah, and your body's getting energy from somewhere, bro. So fasting does work for a lot of people though, but it's generally not people that like if you lose 2 to 8 pounds of muscle mass, you threw away 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
and I'm not on steroids, so I can't just fucking.
And also then
I
your
am,
metabolism
yeah.
lowers because you lost that muscle. You know what raises your metabolism? Having more fucking muscle.
Yeah, exactly. So, but a lot of people do the fasting. Do you agree with Nick's advice for total fasting? The reason Nick fasts is because he just doesn't eat.
Yeah.
I don't think he's trying to die.
He doesn't sleep and he forgets to fucking eat, and he'll just down like an entire bottle of whiskey and we'll forget.
It's not by design, damn it.
Sometimes, you know, you can't help but fast. Like for me, in particular, if I'm having a pancreas attack, I can't eat at all until it's over. And sometimes when I'm in hospital, I'm nil by mouth for like 3-4 days sometimes. So
that's a different scenario.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it can be difficult.
Yeah.
But when I'm at home, if I'm having a pancreas attack, I try and mirror that and go nil by mouth. I'll drink because I'm not hooked up to fluid, so I've got to keep my fluids up. But in terms of eating, I try and avoid that whilst having a pancreas attack. Sometimes you've got to fast for other reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Johan says, I lost 4 to 5 inches off my waistline since September. Put on pants today that I haven't fit in 2 years. Thank you, TRT.
Dude, that's awesome.
Hey.
That's
4 to 5 inches is a lot.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of men
a
lot of men don't realize your late 20s, 30s, maybe mid 30s, and you're struggling. Get your hormones checked, because you can go on TRT if your T cells are low or your T levels are low, and it will change your life 100%. Thank you, Johan. Appreciate you, dude. I love you. That is the end of the super chat. So it looks like it's time to Naked Snake. Cobra Cost is a building game PC. Any suggestions? If Meta PC sponsored me, I'd say Meta PC, but they don't, so I can't.
Not Cyber Power PC. Stay away from those motherfuckers.
That's for damn sure.
Like a £5,000 PC custom built. I chose everything in it. Proper top of the line gaming PC. After 6 months, the I've got a brain fart now. The motherboard told me to fuck off. I had to send it back in for them to sort it all out. It was ridiculous. So
same thing.
That company, Cyber Power PC, definitely not them.
My friend did that. My friend got a Cyber Power PC, and that shit broke day one.
That's almost as bad as a Dell. I would never buy a Dell, but I did buy a Dell fucking monitor, because it was like semi-affordable. I was like, how bad could the monitor be? Fucking broke like second day. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Also, don't buy Alienware anymore either, because they're owned by Dell.
Shit.
It's so upsetting. I have an Origin PC. I actually really like it a lot. It's been awesome.
Xander, thank you, dude. Revenge says, Steph, did anyone tell you sound like Becky Lynch? Who is that?
She's a wrestler.
She's a wrestler.
Female wrestler. She's actually pretty based.
Yeah.
Lay on into that.
Becky Lynch is cool.
Yeah, she's rad.
Yeah, she's awesome. I met her. She's super nice.
You met her? That's rad.
Yeah, I waited on her. I was working at this place in LA. It was like this fancy, or not fancy, but it was like this brunch spot, and it was really super popular. And they filmed Becky Lynch and oh my God, was it Ric Flair's daughter? I think Charlotte Flair came in and filmed a pilot for a show, and I was their server. I don't know whatever happened to the show. I don't think it went anywhere, but it was they would go around and travel and try like different food stuff and like talk about it. They were they're both super nice.
That's awesome.
All right, boys. Hey, we hit the 500 like goal right then. Isn't that some shit? I appreciate you guys for liking the show. Who wants to stay and who wants to go for Naked Snake tonight? Who's
Should I
staying?
stay
I'll
or should
stay,
I
but I
go?
can't
I'll stay.
participate because of my
fine.
surgery. Just
I'm not
not
taking
going to
my
happen,
fucking shirt
guys.
off for
But I'll
anybody.
stay and
You'll lose
like
all your money.
giggle.
You will lose every
Yeah.
donation you fucking got. They'll call
Do
that
your
shit
little,
back so fast.
your little rope dance. I think it'll be a good juxtaposition to Cody and I's hoeing around. It'll be great.
Yeah,
You commiserated juxtaposition. What the fuck are you talking about?
I can't do it as glam as I usually have done on these streams, unfortunately, guys. I've got.
Oh no, Steph's brought her tits out several times on my show.
Oh, I love it so much.
All right.
Yeah, she always grabs
Oh.
them and just flops them when I'm doing the jiggle.
That's amazing. You can do it with your robe on
Bring all
tonight.
the boys to the yard. Damn right, they're better than yours. Damn right, they're better than yours. I can teach you, but I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah.
You
That
fucked
ain't
it up.
according to plan.
All right, bitches. Well, no, Zia, go get your shirt on. Go do your shirt.
I'm gonna go do it. I'll be right back.
Go do your
I don't
thing
need to.
before
I
we
don't
get
need
off.
to.
Before we do the thing. I want everybody to do me a big ass favor. I need you to follow my boys. I need you to follow my boy Epic Mike. I need
Yeah.
you to follow my girl Steph, the alternate. Steph's almost to 100K. So you closing in. Let me find Epic Mike on. There he is.
Yeah.
81,000 at the moment. We're getting there. We're
Listen,
getting there.
I'm mostly rocking Kick now because fuck Twitch. But
That silver play button's going there, and
Yeah.
that's hopefully going to cause a Christopher Boozy meltdown on Twitter.
Oh,
my
God.
goodness. A Meghan Markle hater getting the silver play button from YouTube. Yeah, he's going to go nuts on that.
hell
I'm,
yeah.
I'm hoping for it because I'll monetize his backside off of that meltdown. Do a video on it.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
I put Epic Mike's Twitter in the chat, and I
There you
put
go.
Steph's info in the chat as well. You guys know Zia. Okay. You guys all know Zia. She's in every show, and her link's already there right now anyway.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow all my boys. What do you have planned coming up, Steph?
More videos on how stupid Megsy and Hazza are.
Amazing.
Yay!
Do that.
Endgame has been awesome for business. Let's put it that way from Homage Scope. So that's the gift that keeps on giving. So yeah, continue to monetize the morons the best way I know how.
Hell yeah. That's I made 3 GameStop videos in a row for the first time in a long time. I usually only make one like a month. Made 3 in a row, and all of them are blowing up. And I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna make GameStop videos from now on. Fuck this. What am I doing?
There you go.
Like, I should just keep doing this. What do you got planned coming up, Mike?
Yeah, just rocking Kick right now. I just started doing it about a month ago, and that's actually going pretty well. So doing that because I fucking hate Twitch. And then yeah, just keep your eye out for Epicverse. Epicverse.tv is the website, but we got some really, really rad shit that we're working on behind the scenes. Everybody I've showed any kind of footage to that we're working on, blown the fuck away. I promise you guys it's gonna be worth it. Working really hard to get that done.
There,
so.
Epic Mike, could you just explain to the newbie here what Epicverse is all about?
Yeah,
'Cause
so
and I'm really
Epicverse
intrigued.
Epicverse is a production studio that me and my buddy Josiah started together. We just were like, yo, you know what? Instead of constantly being frustrated about the state of movies and entertainment, let's fucking do something about it. So we went out, we figured it out, and we started putting together a team of people that we knew locally to start working on making movies and shit. So we're working on, right now we're working on like a feature film. We're working on some short films and stuff because when we decide to officially launch as a company, we want to do like a whole launch thing and everything. We want to make sure that we actually have something to offer our fans, because it's really easy for somebody to start start a Kickstarter and be like, hey, come to our Kickstarter, we promise we'll make cool shit, and then they take all their money and then maybe you don't know what the fuck you're doing or whatever. We wanted to show people we know what the fuck we're doing, so if you give us your money, we promise we're going to make cooler shit with it than we already did. So yeah, kind of an antithesis to the current model of things. So yeah, we're working really hard on that, and then can't wait to show you guys what we got going, because we're not making anti-woke movies. Fuck that. We're making we're making good movies. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Making good shit. So
hell yeah. Mike's got it figured out.
Movies great again.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yes.
Thank God. All right, boys. It's time for the 9th Camelot Naked Zia smash up. It's the 243rd Naked Snake in a row, by the way. And the 9th with Zia in a row. I don't know how many. Zia's done it fucking like 40 times now, probably.
I'll get naked anytime.
Yeah.
I hate clothes.
You do it. When's the last? You've done it like 40 times in a row on your show, at least, right?
I think, what are we at? Oh God, Saw knows.
On the chat
I
note.
think we're at I forget how many in a row, but it's a lot. It's like a lot where I'm like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's so crazy.
A lot of supportive people in this community
I love
that
them
continue.
so much.
They continue every single day. It's unbelievable. They make it to where, and it's crazy. You take people like fucking Steph. Zia's a great example too, because Zia just started doing YouTube kind of recently.
A few months ago.
In the capacity she's doing it, and you have Zia like doing as well in revenue as YouTubers that have millions of subs. That's how crazy that shit is, because the community continues to support these people. And it means a lot to us because we're just normal ass people. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. So
seriously, every single day I'm like, what is happening? This is amazing. I love them so much.
Yeah. So in honor of the chat, in honor of all the people that choose to support your boys, it's time for Naked Snake. You guys ready? Once again. Oh my God. What will Zia have on under her large shirt?
Not much.
Yes. Yes. That's what I like to hear. Not much. Make sure you guys like the show. I appreciate you guys so much. We got to give a big shout out to this monster today. Matthew Fauchin. Thank you for getting us here, man. Appreciate you. And everybody else, of course. Thank you, Hayden, Billy, Neanderthal. You guys are crazy. You guys know who you are. Nick, appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to take my headset off. Here we go.
The hair's dancing. I like how Steph and I kind of go for the same dance.
Oh, yeah. Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Don't matter that there's like an opening between us. Really. We know what's good.
I love it so much.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go, boys.
Right now, the only snake I'm give it up.
Oh, my God. Oh. Ooh. Snake eater in my time. Oliozo. There been nobody else. Evan Martin, revenge and crime. It's the way I fly to you. Look at Mike going hard.
We're feeling it, man. Yeah.
I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. Here we go. Best part. You ready? Someday you'll go away. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive. Oh my God! Look at Zia's hips, bro. I give my life. Not for honor, but for you. Oliozo, my boy Promise. Ooh, in my time, there been nobody else. Oh my God. Crime. It's the way I fly to you. Rob, here we go. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Rob with another one. My God, boys. Can you believe it? Thank you guys so much. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Ooh.
Jenna said this is a
Thank
visual.
you.
Not finished.
Appreciate you guys so much. Look at that. This is 15 pounds, and it came all from my chest apparently. Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh
God
yeah.
Damn,
Amazing.
Cody.
My gut's still there though. We're closing in. We're almost done though. The gut's still
I'm
there.
jealous because my tits can't do that without me, and so you know.
But they're covered with a layer of fat. So
real quick, we gotta give a little bit of a shout out to Rumble Rants because there was a couple tonight. Here they are. Mudbug with a $100 Rumble rant.
Oh, shit.
Said, damn good to see y'all. Thank you so much, my friend, for the $100 Rumble rant, but that's not all. A $50 Rumble rant from Mudbug saying, just wondering if Z is perturbed that Steph does not enunciate her T's.
Mudbug. No, because her accent's way too adorable. I could listen to her talk to me literally all night.
Thank you so much.
That'll do.
Thank you, Mudbug. We love you. And Moore says, people forget tips is an acronym for to ensure prompt service. Tips. If you get bad service or no, there is no or little tips. It's simple. Servers don't get tips. They have to earn them. Entitlement has to stop. I agree with that. And Morris,
I do too.
thank you so much. I love you. Appreciate you. And Mark saying he needs a shower now. I appreciate you, Mark. I love you. You're goated. Thank you guys so much. Fantastic show on a Saturday. And a week and a half, I'll be doing a bunch of live ones because I'll be hanging out with a bunch of creators. And we're going to be partying. And we'll be live all at the same time. So don't forget that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Love you guys. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Steph. Appreciate you guys jumping in and hanging out. We got exactly 69 super chats today.
Ooh,
Are you serious?
That's a
69.
Nice, guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Complain about 69.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much. Make sure you share this with your boys. It's the end of the show. Make sure you like the show on your way out. Don't forget to watch any past episodes with me and Zia and other great creators. And don't forget Camelcast Monday with Adam Krigler. Don't forget that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're rating Nick Rekieta. I'll see you guys over there. Get the hell on it, doggone it.